So how can he be out in 5 years now?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Just Enough Heshy Show. For your information, we're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Let me introduce my co-hosts. First, Neil, everyone's voice of reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got a new job today.
Right, you should be.
I got a new job.
I thought you'd be mixed up. Go ahead, yeah.
So yeah, and of course, you're the host of our show, the main host.
The main host.
Oh, the main host.
Then it would be called the Just Enough Heshy, Neil, and Esty Show.
No.
You got to be the main host then.
Heshy with friends.
And friends.
Right. Why not Heshy and friends?
Right. Why didn't we do that?
Because we're not really friends. Yeah.
Neil, I'm gonna.
Wait, so let me introduce. Uncle Heshy.
Right,
and beautiful Esty. Who's going to introduce Esty?
By the way,
wow,
she's glowing tonight.
That's right. You got.
By the way,
really
I never
glowing.
get tired of hearing I'm beautiful. Like you can say it 1,000 times, and I'll be like, okay.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
No, she's doing good. You look
Fierce.
ravish.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah. Okay. What are we starting with?
So, what do you mean we're starting with? How do they?
What? You always want to start paying bills.
Right.
I don't want to start paying bills.
What about the shows? The show to tell her what show we're on. At least the hashtagging us and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Don't worry. We'll mention Uncle Heshy 55 times tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to always throw in Uncle Heshy.
So yeah, the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. #Just Enough Heshy, spelled HESHY. We are live on YouTube, so you can see us or rewatch our shows. And if you'd like to advertise with us or just shoot us an email, you can get us at justenoughheshy, spelled HESHY, @gmail.com. If you'd like to call in about stuff and maybe, one of our listeners can come up with a topic that's worthy, of
I have
the show.
a lot of stuff to tell you.
I know, just
I have
maybe.
a whole week and a half with you. You guys fell asleep. I have something to talk about.
Nice. Okay, well, you can call in at 718-303-9090.
We'll see how much we'll let you talk.
No, because a lot of people interrupted me last week.
Because you're not in charge.
No, I got you, but a lot of people didn't let me talk last week. Now I'm going to ask you.
Last week?
Right.
Last week?
You have a quote.
How about last night?
You said you have a quote.
It's a drop of a story kind of thing. It's beautiful.
Tell it. Get
beautiful
it
story.
Just get it over with.
There's a famous company. What's it called? The sneaker company.
Nike.
Nike.
Yeah.
You know what that logo is?
Some check mark or something.
And what are the words under it? Just
it or something.
Just do it.
Just do it.
It really made a big. They did.
Right.
The one who gave them that idea got paid $200 and something for it. So Nike felt so bad because they were so successful with it that it seems they gave him like a couple of shares of the company as an appreciation. So at least he benefited more than his $250 for that ad.
That's nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
See, it shows you that corporate America is not full of pigs. There are some nice people out there.
Oh, so I actually recently was talking to someone who, like me, has big dreams of he's now a lawyer. He wants to go into being a judge, which I think would be great. I think if the youth become judges, they'll be less harsh, on areas that don't matter because, so, and he also wants to not go into politics, but behind the scenes and influence politicians that we can get the corrupted ones out. So I met a fellow clean sweep guy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he didn't even know it was clean sweep. He just thought hey, I want to make a change, Ooh, he should run. He'd be such a good candidate.
We should get somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to find this room where you find such people.
Right.
It's random. Through all the crap, there's some cool.
So I want to ask you a question. I heard your story.
No, but I didn't hear a quote from you. I'm not going to go on.
And this is my quote because this is something like what you want. First, I was dying to finish high school and start college. Somebody sent this to me. It was
beautiful.
Great. And then I was dying to finish college and start working.
Right.
And then I was dying to marry and have children. Then I was dying for my children to grow old enough for school so I could return to work. Then I was dying to retire, and now I'm dying. And suddenly I realized I forgot to live.
Wow.
Very interesting. You see, so you have to be good to somebody else because...
What is that? To yourself, you have to be good.
You have to be good to yourself, too.
Listen, people who are not good to themselves, 90% of the time, are not good to others. If a guy doesn't take care of himself, a lady doesn't take care of herself, the odds of her helping someone else in a real way is minimal. I'm sorry, usually. Usually. It's a personality. If you can't fucking yourself, like
Really?
what? You're going to give others.
Well, of course you want to be good to yourself in some things. I mean, can't suffer everything, right?
Right. No, why do you have to suffer everything?
I
I understand someone with a lot of sin might want to suffer all the time.
We do want to want to repent. I'm sorry. You have a problem with that?
I have a problem with people that think living has to hurt. No, this is not exercise. This is not this. You don't have to, what's that sentence? It's got a pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain.
That's not what life is. That's what the gym is about. No pain, no gain. Life is supposed to be happiness and joyful, and everything else just goes with it. In other words, you think you can't do both. Like you can't be a good person and be happy, jovial, and feel like this.
You could.
Sure, you could.
Look at that guy.
If you're a guy that thinks a little bit, for sure you should.
Look at that guy yesterday who was on the show, the lawyer. He collected over $1 billion. He worked hard. Don't think he wasn't stressed out and screaming and having to see pictures. And I'm sure he had to be involved with somehow in that 10-year process of the tragic stories that went on.
The company he worked for?
He's a lawyer. I think it's his company as well. And the company he worked for, they were suing for hundreds, $1 billion something dollars. And then he goes and does a little, by the way, that Basiakov letter does exist, 100%. There's no question.
So what exists?
That Basiakov, and not Basiakov, the prospect or that.
The list of what you do.
That list does exist, 100%.
No, but what about the Basiakov one? The picture with the list.
Oh, with the girl. I want to tell you, somebody texted me bad pictures. They text as a joke. I emailed or whatever, and you open it up. You have to be careful what you open up to. You can delete it right away. But you have to be careful what they send you. You don't even know what you're pushing the button. Hello. So if you don't know, the problem.
And anyway, I believe anybody can hack your phone. I could walk right by you with my little whatever it is, and I can play with your phone.
Right. I mean, I only use my phone for telephone calls and for
I'm just saying. But if you're
emails.
sitting in your car talking on your phone is open.
Yeah.
And I'm just outside, and I got this little machine. They have these things.
Why would you do that? For what? To get the credit card numbers or something?
To get any information you have. What do I know what you got? You might have someone's nicest phone number. Someone's useful.
You have to make money with it. Anyways, so...
Well, they are. As soon as Apple allows you to start paying, they do already.
Right. Oh, not Apple. You know what? I heard that there's going to be a $10 app a month by Apple for songs.
Right, that's why I hate Apple. I hate Apple.
You hate Apple. It's a genius.
No. They make you pay for everything. They're a corporate, greedy, sucking company. Samsung is better.
How much is, what is it, 100 million people or 300 million phones out there? Times $10.
Yeah, they all buy in. It's like buying a name brand.
$10 a month. I don't even want to figure what the number is.
Right.
That's
so
like
you have to know what percentage to join.
Makes no difference. Well, most of them all buy. Not really?
I don't know. It's like I have now my Sirius thing going to come up in 2 months, let's say. And I'm just thinking, like, I really enjoy it.
You really enjoy it?
I really
for $10 you're going to go with it. $12
No, it's $17.
$17? No, I think it's $10.
I think I got a paper somewhere where it said $17. I won't swear to it.
But still, for $17,
and I'm just telling myself, like, back and forth. Like, once you get hooked on another monthly expense, that's it. It's another...
It's like cable TV and telephone. You have no choice. Cell phone. What do you pay? $50 a month. Everybody's fighting for 60 and 40 and 30.
Right.
You have no choice.
I understand, but you have a choice on how many things like that you want to put into your life. In other words, there are people that need to have their gym. Right? That's it. They need it. They're going to pay for it no matter what. The cell phone today, I believe everyone pays for a cell phone.
It's like you're considered poor if you don't have a cell phone, but even the poorest people have cell phones. Don't they have a government program to give people cell phones?
Yes, they do. You get like 200 or 400.
It's a luxury. What is that?
What do you mean? How do you get that phone?
Today, it's
welfare and stuff like that.
Right.
It's a government program.
If you're low income, you can get such a phone.
Really?
So why is the government paying for luxuries?
They'll give you like 300-400
a cell phone
minutes.
Is very important.
They'll give you 300-400 minutes.
And you know what I'm betting you that most of the free minutes they're giving on iPhones and Androids and expensive phones.
No,
probably the cheapest phone possible.
Today, but it doesn't make a difference. That's a very, very good thing.
Oh, you're happy
Senior
that
citizen.
the government should be giving out phones to
The
people?
phone,
Why?
It's a
'Cause you think
luxury.
Next
Don't
is
you
cable.
understand that?
Next is
Excuse me,
cable.
do you understand that's free minutes? Really, it doesn't cost any money. The government is selling it.
Well,
It doesn't cost money. Those minutes
it's
are free.
costing. No. The government is not in the phone business.
They
are going
right?
through a company.
Okay, but the carrier
And that carrier, that company is making money on each phone they send out. You wish you had the contract for that.
Yeah.
Okay?
in the billions.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a phone.
Everybody's got a phone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you
I don't
still
have a
have
home phone.
I have a home phone still, and I have a fax phone because of the fax.
No, I got rid of my fax years ago.
Because you can do everything on the internet.
Right. I
Scanning
tell
what's going
people
in and out.
when people say a fax,
Yeah.
people say, oh, they want to send me a fax. I go, what?
I love
What's a fax machine? How do they still use it?
You
what
got
are
an
you talking
email.
about?
Even though I remember in the beginning, we had the fax go into the computer,
Right.
but it
That
never
was great.
worked well. It never worked well. I'll tell you the truth. Never, didn't
No, I
care
just
for
love
it.
how it's now considered a like a necessity, a cell phone. You remember the old days where if you weren't home, you weren't reachable.
Not only a
Right.
cell phone, it's a
No, that's true.
smartphone.
We had a
Yeah.
beepers.
It's a smartphone
Neil,
today.
we had beepers, and we were always reachable with a beeper.
Reachable. If
excuse
the
me.
phone you stopped at worked,
But the point is, the
And
beeper,
you had
and you
to
were able
stop
to
at a
send little
phone,
messages by beeper
and
too.
1 minute, and
You were able to send messages by beeper.
very little.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
remember.
Yeah,
that.
people have Blackberries. They really stay with it, even though there's so much more advanced technology. I think it's because the typing. The typing on a touch screen is slower than actual buttons because your fingers can move faster than the phone can register it. You ever had
Not
that?
true. No, my buttons work.
No, but you can.
No, but I think
with
that
regular
also
buttons.
it has to do with the. It's mainly Wall Street as they got into the BlackBerry. And,
So that's still selling. They still have it.
Anyways, you
Yeah,
guys,
trying to revive the company.
I still want
think.
to talk about last night. That guy.
Okay.
Do you understand that what he's doing is
Brilliant.
Is brilliant? Oh wow, Esther, you understand that?
Yeah, he's starting like a sort of revolution against the schools, which is needed to be done for ages.
What's his revolution?
Not allowing schools to dictate and
make rules and regulations for board of
and
directors
put
to follow.
people in isolation.
You can't just do whatever you want.
Can't go to my school. It's gonna
Right.
like every school is gonna think twice before doing this
Okay.
again.
Oh,
Right.
They need that.
School, you're
1
gonna
minute.
have to
Stop.
Too much power.
Let's stop. Because I want to bring you out of fantasy land and into reality. The voice of reason
Yeah.
comes here.
So we're wrong.
No, let him talk first and figure out if
Right.
he's wrong
You
or
let
right.
me talk and you'll decide what I'm saying is right
Okay.
or wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
There is not one Hasidic yeshiva
Yeah.
will be concerned about this guy coming and telling them you can't treat the guy like that or whatever. Okay? What the Rebbe says goes. They could care less about anything. What? So you might have now somewhat who like Rambam or what's the one on J?
Do the Hasidic
You know.
yeshivas have as much trouble of throwing out kids like the modern yeshivas?
Yeah.
For sure.
No way.
They have a
I don't
lot
hear
of
that.
problems.
They do. They
They
throw
have
the
a
kid
lot
out.
of problems, yeah. And they know how to take advantage of the. If they don't like you and you're poor,
What do you mean?
Yeah.
By the way,
you're finished.
yeah.
But-
By the way, the Weberman case, right? Well, now I don't know if it was Weberman, but there's a certain thing where if kids were, let's say, playing basketball in a really religious school and it was considered a little bit off, they would send them to this therapist, and they weren't allowed to go to any therapist. They had to go to the school's therapist,
Right,
and he
Weberman.
was a molester.
They all had school therapists. That's what
No.
No,
But
no.
Weberman had his.
And no, you don't get it.
And now
So
And you
basically,
had to pay in advance. He made that
hold
girl
on.
pay
So
in advance.
Right. So
That's
basically,
right.
what was happening was that a girl, right, that she's a little bit. She plays basketball. She wants to have fun. They would send her to this guy. He would molest her, and bam, she would get so much worse.
Everybody would molest.
No, not everyone. There was a specific
This
case.
guy,
There's a
I don't
certain
understand
school.
you. Where
Weberman.
have you been?
I know the Weberman. She keeps saying every girl that went to him was molested.
Oh, a lot
No.
of girls were.
That's not true.
What
They
I'm
were
saying
not.
is-
Yaakov
they had a-
Horowitz, I'm using a name. I'm throwing you a name. Says he knows a handful of women that are married for many years already, and came over to him and thanked him for finally getting this beast off the street.
Everybody
And
says
they
it's
can't
not
go
true.
public.
Everybody
He says it's true. He has a school in Muncie.
Yeah.
He has a whole program. He's been around a long time. He seems to have a name. Nobody goes up against him.
Hmm.
Nobody comes out and says, no, it's
So
not
then
true.
why are they screaming at Rosenberg and not at him?
What do you mean?
Probably because their style of doing things are a lot different. I don't think Rosenberg is polished enough
Okay,
to
but he
deal
seemed
with
like he was
the,
very knowledgeable of the
he
subject.
knows everything.
He went a
about the
little
subject.
overboard, but he
Right.
knows he was really you couldn't get him on anything.
Correct. But again, I think this Rabbi Horowitz, who's actually runs a yeshiva, and he runs at night for boys that are off a little or whatever, teenagers.
No, but what happened was,
And he came out with some books for the children in Yiddish and in English, not touching kind of books and stuff.
really?
Yeah.
But basically,
and he's
Only
accepted.
for boys or boys and girls?
I don't know.
what I'm saying is,
I don't
these
know.
kids were like not messed up, and they went there and became twice as messed up. It was like a no-win situation.
You know girls. You told me you
No,
knew
but
that girl in the Weberman case.
She's sort of related to me.
And how is she today?
Actually think I saw her recently. I think that's her.
And
And she's great. I mean, she's still chilled out. She didn't become super religious all of a sudden. You know, you deal with life, you go on.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And her husband is religious, no or not?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about her. I just know
But for
she's
you,
related to
it
me.
doesn't make a difference now that she is not religious anymore.
The point is she did something great by stopping him, so she gets credit just for
What
that.
is religion? Why does religion play a role over here now? We're talking about a human being getting beaten down like a dog. What are we talking religion for?
Yeah.
Come on. You're
Because-
raping a 12-year-old girl, a 14-year-old girl. What are you talking about?
Okay.
And you're getting permission from the parents. You get permission from the school.
Right.
You're getting paid for it. I mean, what kind of life is that? You're liking it, huh?
I got you.
They're terrible, and there are many.
By the way, I was
and there
reading
are
a law.
others like
You know,
it.
I was reading a law that 16-year-olds in New York State can get married.
With like parental
No.
permission?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
from the age of 16,
16,
but
I
not
think.
in the city.
I don't know, something of that.
I mean, they want
16.
people to have babies, need welfare, make stupid decisions. Like, what are they thinking?
First you're screaming rape,
No,
and now
because
we're
they
telling you
want-
16 shouldn't be
No.
allowed to be married at all.
No, because they want the father to stick around. In other words,
Oh.
like this, the father never sticks
I
around.
think he's also 16 or 17 or
I'm
18.
saying, but that's the whole problem. Why do this welfare so much, really?
Yeah.
Because they're breaking up families, and each one then gets separate apartment welfare and stuff like that. You're doubling the amount that's happening for no
So
reason.
the girl is being what? Made into.
Nothing. She's just getting an apartment, and she
she has to
gets
be
money
married.
for the child.
Okay, what child? Why should she even have a child at 16,
I don't.
17?
I don't think she should.
It just
Okay.
happened.
But it happens to be in certain ethnicities or
So should that be
neighborhoods.
made illegal?
Should
That you
illegal?
can't marry before 21.
Yeah.
But they have a law. You said 16.
60 doesn't make sense to me. That's what somebody showed me. I didn't believe it when I saw it. 16 years old, and I think with parental consent, 14.
Whoa.
Check it out.
I don't know.
I guess 'cause they're having
in
sex younger.
Utah. That might be in Utah.
I think New York. Check it out. You should producer. Where is he? Check it out.
The producer's busy.
Busy.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm telling you that I'm right on this rule, and it's just and you're telling me that rape and sex and molesting, they're letting kids get married at 14 years old.
You don't get it. They're having sex so young that it
But
just
what-
it's
Right.
like that or no marriage.
And I'm telling you that Mr. Rosenberg does 25% of molesting the kids. I believe another 20%, according to his numbers, are running.
People have problems. Everyone has something. You either have a mental disorder, a physical disorder. Yes, you were
Everybody's
molested.
got this. Everybody.
I don't think
everybody.
there's anybody who has no problems. Everyone has something.
Don't
Neil?
they say that everyone has a bag, and if everybody would put down their bag and you'd see what's in it, you'd take back your own.
Right.
You know, isn't that?
But I'm saying he's saying
I don't
20%
believe
is so
that for a
ridiculous.
second. Are you
People
crazy?
believe that.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, listen, you know, I used to do sales with certain things and
Right.
this and that. The easiest way to understand is you know two things about the guy who you're selling to. And this is what you're thinking. He takes a dump in the morning like I do. He gets dressed, he eats, and he's just like me in every single way. That's why I'm not in awe. I'm not like, oh wow, you know who you are, like you're the same like everybody else. That's all. You happen to have a job that does X, Y, and Z, and I have to come to you. Okay, it could be reversed in 5 seconds. Like, come on.
That's why you always do favors for people that aren't too big, because you never know when they'll hit you back.
No, that's
No?
not a good enough. That's not a right reason to do favors.
No, that's not a reason. What I'm saying is,
No, it sounds good.
it's in your best interest.
Really, you're right. Pete, that's the way the world operates. In other words, you
So
scratch.
can I tell you something?
and I
Somebody nice.
scratch.
This guy, by the way, it is called a One Stop Kosher. Okay,
One Stop Kosher.
One Stop Kosher, 2557 Amsterdam Avenue, and
In Manhattan.
Manhattan. He has fresh chickens. 212-568-7867. They deliver all over
Is
the
there
place.
a problem with fresh chicken out there?
Something there has to be. Now, remember,
Because
you
I
told
went to
me,
the store the other
you
day
told
and
me
I
a lot of
took a look.
chickens died. That's why there's egg problem.
From the egg problem, there is a chicken problem. Correct. There's a lot of eggs that are issues.
Right.
That was about a month
and they had
ago.
to kill a lot of chickens, supposedly.
Right.
Okay, so I think that's why the fresh chicken stories. I don't know for a fact.
It could be, but there were major issues.
Okay.
Hey, that's why I'm really not into all these farms and all this, and I'm happy I don't know much about it, because I'm telling you, they pump up these animals with all kinds of crap. That's why antibiotics on people don't work as good, because they give it to the animals and we eat them after.
Right.
No, so our body gets immune to it, and yeah, and I don't really care for that, to be honest with you.
Are you good? I gave you a hint to read some ads, but I guess Neil talked to
No,
us.
what time is it? I don't got a clock.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
No, so go ahead, hit it.
Okay, and then you have to pick up your favorite caller, Norman.
Oh, he's on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but they refuse to answer the phone. Sorry, guys. You'll have to call back when the
Push
producer's
the
in.
button.
I should just push the
No.
button? I could,
No,
yeah.
no. So
We're not
Neil's-
ready.
no,
we
we're not
got
ready.
so much crap here.
Go
What are you
ahead.
talking about?
He's right. Neil's in charge.
I see. Okay, fine. So, yeah, you guys are listening to the Justin Heshy
Wait,
show.
is he not paying attention?
Yeah, we're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. I'll get back to Facebook and Twitter. So, yeah, Mr. Clean, Brooklyn's
See, I'm
premier
coughing like you.
dry cleaning service. They do
These are bad seats.
They do free. Where is the producer? Okay, they do free pickup and delivery. You can reach them at mrcleandelivers@gmail.com, and if you mention the show, you get 25% off. You can also call them at 347-369-3051. We have the Black Label electronic cigarettes. You can go to blpremiumesig.com or call Mikey at 561-239-5941. Green Line Building Solutions. They do asbestos and lead inspection, DOB, HPD, code compliance, violations, permits and plans, preventative maintenance, lift stop work orders, free consultation, and they'll get you to the finish line, and they care. You can reach them at 718-871-0382.
That's right.
Yeah, the Justin Heshy Show. You can get us on Facebook, like our page,
And don't send
Twitter.
us bad
Pictures.
or emails. We're not interested. I'm not going to open it up.
So yeah, let's take a caller.
Peek? Are you gonna
I
peek?
had to peek, but I'm going to have to learn not to because
Let's
I'm
take a
scared
caller
not to
since the
get a
producer's
virus.
out. Yeah.
Push a button.
Push the
Hello,
button.
you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Yes, we talk about the marriage requirement in New York City state is the same. If you are 14 or 15, or any of the party, right? Whatever is male, female, it should be go with the parents to the judge.
Right.
If
14 and 15 need parental consent. 16 does not.
And the judge. No, with the 16 and 17, you have to get the consent. Anyway, if the single parents have one person, the judge doesn't require to do anything else. 18, they don't need anything. But 16 and 17 still need the parental
Forget
consent.
16, 17. You're telling me 14 is allowed to get married too.
14 and 15 is allowed, but it has to be a judge.
Okay, makes no
the family
difference.
court.
Still, somebody's.
Yeah.
I mean, they still
you
have
need
permission to marry.
Yeah, if you want to take the girl out, you have to ask the parents' consent.
What do you think, caller?
And 13,
Is it a good idea?
no, 13, no deal, right?
In a lot of countries, the marriage age is estimated by the weight of the bride. You know,
Crazy.
Yeah. In the Middle Asia, it's like the Middle East. It's like a weight of one ship, so it's like a 40, 50 kilograms.
I hear in Syria.
That's happened.
I hear in Syria they're selling little girls. I'm not Syria. Yeah. Syria, like 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12.
What do you mean selling them?
Selling them to
$5.
these rich. No, to these rich.
$5.
No way.
Promise?
In India,
I can buy a person?
No, you can't. That's stupid to even talk like that.
I've always wanted to buy a person.
Oh God.
But in India,
is she crazy, Neil? Look at you. Yeah, in India. I'm sorry.
In India, the people, the person who is responsible for the education, the wife, it's like a wife school. They took the girl about age 9. They prepare them by the age 12. So they give the guy the fully prepared, the wife who knows how to cook, handle the house. Let's prepare the people from.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's good for you or not, but that's.
For me right
Serge,
now, it sounds good.
No, Serge, thank you, Serge, for the call. I appreciate it. I'm not too happy. See, Neil, I'm not too happy.
Wait, so can you really buy people?
What are you not happy about?
12-year-olds.
We know there's a whole list of stuff, but now
this is wrong.
What's wrong?
No, basically the alternative to marriage would be to not be married, pregnant with a kid, and your boyfriend leaving you because they can't make you married. That's why marriage is okay.
You agree
are
to
we
this?
talking
What
about
are the options?
America or foreign? Which one are you talking about?
Both.
No.
The world is, it's not good.
No,
it's
you
called,
have to talk about each country
separately,
differently.
yeah.
Okay, the cultures are different.
No, you see over there, over there by 12 they marry.
Okay.
9 they prepare, 12 they marry. Here 14 we marry. 2 years later, stupid.
9 to 14
over
is
there,
2 years?
No, there they don't let you actually marry the bride. They prepare the bride till she's 12.
Right.
And then she marries. Here, at 14, she can marry.
Okay.
So 2 years makes no difference. It's still stupid.
I agree with you. But just understand that in Indian culture,
and it's wrong.
But it's going on for thousands of years.
And we have to change
Why?
Because
why? Everything always has to be changed?
Yeah.
Why?
Because everybody
tell him
this is crazy that he's talking.
Right.
Push the button.
I'm talking crazy talk.
No, hold on. I just want to say, it'll seem unrelated, but so do you know that the rule about child abuse, right, is based on what's considered okay in your community? Like, it used to be hitting was okay. Now it's not anymore because it's not accepted in general. Basically, it's compared to
You're
where
right.
you are.
In 1950, if you smacked your kid, the cop didn't come lock you up.
What I'm saying is,
him too.
What I'm saying
but
is,
if you abuse the kid,
here you smack the kid once in public, and a cop sees you, he can lock you up.
Well, it depends
what I'm saying is, it's the social norms that dictate what we're allowed to do. So, social norms in, let's say, Syria, where they get married at 12 or whatever. Then that's considered okay because
norm.
Okay, no, but a social norm is what the people around you are doing. If everyone does it, it becomes acceptable as a way of living.
Do you know they still have slavery around the world, right?
Yeah, you said I could buy a Syrian girl for like $5.
No, that's buying to not to own, to marry or whatever.
No, that's buying.
Yeah.
Oh, only so you can only buy one?
No.
One per customer.
You buy whatever you want.
And you guys have no problem.
I'm going to buy 20 of them.
I don't know if I have a problem with it or not. You have a problem with people buying organs?
No.
What?
Oh.
Really? Because they're getting organs from places where they killed people just to take their organs.
Okay, that's wrong.
That's where it's coming from, honey.
If you want to sell one of your organs, if you have an
By the way,
one, like
that should be legal.
Like a kidney or
what else? An extra
liver.
eye?
Not an eye, liver.
What?
Liver, you give a piece of your liver.
Your third
bone
eye?
marrow. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can give away to save people. Piece of a lung.
Yeah, it's good business.
I wish they let you, so they said that the reason why it wouldn't be a good idea was because if, let's say, you could sell your parts, people would, let's say, kill people for their organs or whatever. What I think is, you shouldn't be allowed to just give an organ, but if you want to donate a kidney for not donate, if you want to get paid for, you would come into the hospital, they would take out your liver and they'd pay you for it. So you can't bring in an organ because then they might start killing people.
What's the price, Heshy? $10, $200. Where's the price?
I don't know. How much is their life worth?
It's a free market.
It's not a free market.
Why not?
It should be, but it's illegal. If someone pays me, it's illegal. That's crazy.
His whole life, so you're gonna con somebody out of his savings.
It's that or die. It's your choice.
You got a gun, but it should be donated. It should be helped.
It should be. I would not give my liver unless I got paid for it.
When I go into that supermarket on Coney Island Avenue, then he charges 4 times the amount for a burger, the chopped meat, than anywhere else. So I what? And I'm hungry. So what's the story?
So a person who can't afford it, the poor person should die.
It's not he should die, but I have to risk my life by going to surgery.
Does he have a right to ask 4 times the amount of the average butcher shop?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's different.
No, it's all the same. It's
You're
all the
telling me
same.
making a hamburger is the
I'm
same.
not a communist where I believe everybody should get nothing. I believe people should get stuff. And the way you get stuff is you got to have cash.
Yep.
And how do you have cash? You're a capitalist. It's the only way.
So the poor countries, they're finished. They have no chance.
No, but you're
Look
telling
what's
me.
going on for thousands of years. They wear schmata around their
Again,
waist. They don't have a Calvin Klein there,
right?
right? They don't
See,
have cars there.
And we should.
They don't have nothing.
We're
anything.
trying to help them.
Yeah, we try to help them get clean water at least. That's
Right.
Bill Gates' big project
Yeah?
over there.
He's
One of
doing
his
good?
big projects. I don't know.
Is the world having water finally?
It seems there is cleaner water easier
Throughout the world.
through a lot of countries that didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is
and
why
he's doing that with the vaccines also. But I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's fine.
He's doing it with the vaccines also. Certain vaccines that, like polio and all that these countries never have. And it costs them literally 50 cents each, a quarter each, whatever. But when you times it by millions,
Right.
nobody wants to put up the money. And his organization, together with the Warren Buffett, they're partners in it. And that's what they do with their
Warren
money.
Buffett's still around?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's
so
big time.
but what I'm saying is, why would I I would love to. Okay, I would love to donate a kidney, but I mean, I would only do it for money because I'm going under the knife. I might have scars on my body. Things
That
can go
guy's
wrong.
going to be upset with you who was on our show a couple months ago, the kidney donor.
I understand it's great to donate a kidney, but it is a risk on my part, and I need some sort of incentive. If let's say they exchange it. By the way,
much?
you know,
How much?
I don't know.
What's your magic number?
By the way, if they compromise, change it up, like in exchange for a little, like a kidney or something,
They'll give you what, another brain?
they'll give you like plastic surgery or something. They'd have flocking people to them.
You get
No,
a kidney,
you-
you give me a kidney, you get plastic surgery.
Yeah, you get skinnier,
Right.
you change your nose, whatever it is. People would flock. We'd have enough kidneys
You'd have
everywhere.
an exchange of revolving doors like now.
Are you kidding me?
People coming in and out.
They'd be
all
like,
day long.
any poor person could get plastic surgery these
You
days.
know,
It's
that's
brilliant.
the first good idea you've come up
You think
with.
that's a good idea? Really?
Trading one
I
for
thought
the
for sure,
other.
yeah. So that's not a price. That's based on the
Yes,
surgeon.
he wants me to knock. I'm sitting in this
You
corner.
see
Yeah,
that?
I
I'm not
appreciate
here.
it. I
You
appreciate
see
it.
that?
Right.
So
It's
yeah.
not always about the money. It's about the service.
Right.
So yeah, if they, by the way, if they
Where's
gave,
Norman?
if they
I wanna
gave-
hear
No,
what
no, why
has to say.
Norman? I wanted to know. You had that one-stop shopping something, Mr. Clean,
Right,
his head.
right.
And who else is going tonight? And you have the Uncle
okay,
Heshy.
by the
and,
way,
what's
they-
the-
they could probably do the exchange way easier. Like if you gave people a free meal, people might be cheap enough to exchange a kidney for that.
No.
It is possible. What I'm saying is there's so many exchange of
I
services.
think the one who
Okay, what
gives
about
it
this?
feels a lot of pain, right? Not the
Oh,
one
yeah.
who gets it.
Okay, but let's say this. Let's say
Someone
someone has a.
it has to take medicine for the rest of their lives.
I know, but I heard pain-wise that the
Yeah.
one who
Okay, let's say
gives it-
someone who has, let's say, maybe an eye thing, and insurance won't cover it, right? Or an eye, or maybe a leg, like something that's broken or whatever. If let's say you got whatever your problem was fixed in exchange for liver, there's so many ways to exchange and not with money.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let's say you have a good left one and I have a good right one, and-
Yeah. So wait, let me answer a phone call. Again, you guys are listening to the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Hi, Steve.
Hi. How's it going?
I was getting feedback. Anyway, how are you?
Great.
Okay, and I hope everybody else is okay. I just wanted to mention that earlier Neil mentioned Nike. They aren't a nice company. And
No?
if you check, no, because they've used, let's say, slave labor to make their products.
Hmm.
So that's not too nice.
Norm,
Yes,
you know I'm a capitalist, right?
yes, I do know that.
Okay, so you understand that I believe that if Nike can go into any country and offer a wage and have people line up who want to work it, that's fine by me.
Yeah, well, the conditions there, they chain children to the walls so they can't escape the
They still do that?
situation.
They still do that?
Of course they still do that. You're the man that lives in the bubble. It's just like you don't want to believe what goes on sexually in your community. It's a sexually repressed community.
That's
And
for sure.
because people are repressed,
You know,
they
I
get
think
angry and hostile, and they do crazy things.
and
Oh.
you can't see that, Hesh, unfortunately, because you live in your bubble, and nothing ever changes when you live in your bubble.
Wait, by the
And
way,
So
all
one minute, we had a Jewish sex therapist on the show last week, and I agreed with her everything that she said almost. And what bubble? We understand what goes on over there.
Oh, please!
We just don't feel that it's right.
Listen, if you say what bubble, then you're still in your bubble. I'm just telling you.
I'm saying I understand what goes on there,
By the
and
way,
some of it is wrong.
because
Isn't
Jews-
it wrong?
by the way, because Jews are like so sexually repressed, we're probably the freakiest because there's so many weird issues that get in.
Well, of course you're going to be the freakiest because you don't know how to handle the situation.
It's true.
Because you've never seen what you want to see. You know, you can't see the men's magazines. You have to sneak it or whatever. Or
And what's the problem? Hold on. What's the problem? I'm letting you, but he's accusing me. What's the problem with me sneaking a magazine? Why should I show the whole world I'm reading it? I want to sneak it into my house.
Did I say that you have to read it in public? I'm just saying there's a lot of kids that have no access to the curiosity in their minds. So I don't know how they see things, and they could see things perverted. You know, I don't know what.
They're taught
I don't know
that
what.
sex is bad. I don't understand you.
They're not taught that.
Yes,
they get
they
married
are.
at 15, 16 years
No,
old.
no, you're
Listen,
just saying
everything,
that you shouldn't get married at
Heshy, when you
16.
talk about sex, you say, "Oh, I didn't do any bad things, and I didn't do this, and is the book dirty? Is it clean? Is
Well,
it
I do bad
kosher?
things, but not sex.
It's ridiculous.
I do bad things, but I don't do the sex bad things are very
You
bad.
listen.
If somebody wants to smoke pot, I don't think it's as bad as doing sex. I mean, the bad sex or the
so
raping.
you're very happy now with Christie, Governor Christie, who
Listen,
will never
I
make
wanna
it to
tell you,
president.
never make it.
Listen, I want to tell you what a horrible person Christie is, and he's a disgusting human being.
He's cutting
There are
pensions now,
people-
right? He's
listen.
cutting pensions.
Listen, there are people in New Jersey that have children that are epileptic,
Right.
and they need medical marijuana.
Yeah.
So there was
Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
one of these people that had a child that was epileptic. He was giving a speech in New Jersey, and then he was right next to Governor Christie, and he says, "Listen, why can't you bring medical marijuana into New Jersey so my daughter's life could be saved? Because my only alternative is to quit my job, sell my house, and move to Colorado." And he just ignored this man, and he ignores the situation.
But he's right. Go to
Why is
Colorado.
he right?
Oh,
Colorado.
please, are you
It's legal
kidding
there.
me?
We don't want to
You
legal
know,
there.
God forbid you had a kid like that who was getting somewhere like 300 seizures a week.
But some people
And
have to
now
go
it's
live in
down,
Arizona
and
because
now
of the
it's
weather.
down to 3 or 4 a month, the lady says.
Yeah.
Remember, they're not
That's
smoking
true.
pot, they're using the oils from it. It's not
Okay,
a
so
thing that's
that is legal then.
No, it's okay.
Also not legal, the oils?
Oh.
Listen,
Whatever,
listen,
Hesh.
Heshy, you know,
you're very hard to
you really-
work with, Heshy.
yeah, because you live in your bubble, Hesh, and I don't wish
Everybody
anything-
agrees with me out
Do you know
there,
why it
and-
was made illegal?
Why? Because people
Because they
were-
thought the black man was raping white women.
By the
when they
way,
were
something
smoking.
like
That's
that.
not true.
By the way, that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons, and that's
Wait,
such a
wait,
racist
wait,
reason.
wait
America
a
keeping
second.
this law.
That's
Wait,
that's
wait.
Look it up.
Wait a second. What are you talking about? Why pot's illegal?
Why it became illegal.
Oh,
I think that the most pressure was put on by the liquor industry.
Oh,
It's simple as that.
I also heard that they used to be able to make hemp out of plastics. They used they were able to use it to make some sort of product, and
Yeah.
so the companies didn't want that because they would lose money. None of the reasons are
they
good.
make hemp.
Yeah.
Listen,
Mhm.
from the male and female marijuana plants, you can make clothing, you can make fuel, and 20,000 other things.
You could save the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The more hemp, you can make rope and clothing from the male plant.
That
But
they-
marijuana filters the poisons out of the air. It's better than trees. So you could look these facts
Really?
up.
I'm going to look that fact up.
Yeah, you could look up anything, because whenever I tell you something, I've never lied to you, and you see that I don't lie to you. Now, there's one question I want to ask you guys, and if you're talking about body parts, you should see the movie called Coma, C-O-M-A.
I saw it.
It was made
in the 1980s.
It was a great film, just a great film. It's a scary, frightening movie, but it's fun to see. And it was with the great Richard. I can't think. I'll think of his name. But anyway, I gave you guys movies. Was there anything that any of you saw that you liked?
I haven't watched one yet.
But I know most of your movies, and I watch them, and I'm not so impressed with it. Mine is
better. Did you wait? Did you see anything that I gave you?
Coma, I saw most.
No, the movies that I gave.
Remember,
you.
he gave us.
Yeah. No, I didn't look at that when you gave me those.
I looked at some of them. I just didn't get to the rest.
I didn't have a chance, right?
No.
I'm gonna try.
You don't get it every day. Someone's like, "Oh, another movie," or, you know.
Yeah, but you know what movie I want to go to? Mission Impossible. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm going. I wanted to go to that movie Spy. My kid didn't let me go.
Why,
anyway,
because your boy Tom Cruise is in it?
No, Tom Cruise is the one on June 30th. This one is a spy. It's a funny movie, and they don't go to movies. They don't think movies are really so clean.
Really, you are great.
I'm telling you, they don't. I want to go. They don't want to go. I'm gonna try. I promise you, that's what they told me. They don't go to those.
You are fat. Now I know why you messed up in the head.
Why?
Because when you hear your kids say they don't want to go to movies for religious reasons,
right?
And then you're a guy who your whole life went to movies and stuff like that, and it just doesn't connect in your brain.
The whole objective.
The whole thing is like two magnets trying to get together, and they just can't.
No, but they don't. They don't want to go. The reason I would go is with them. If they don't want to go, then I can't go.
Oh, you can't go because your children say so?
No, because they don't want to spend it. They don't believe that it's a good thing to do. So I would do
everything you do. You check with your kids first.
I don't check everything with my kids, but
most things.
But a family outing, yes. I asked them before, and this is what we're going to do. If they say yes, we do it. If not, not.
Mm.
You know, it's a family thing.
In other words, you have no friends.
Sometimes I override them, like when we went to Florida for the holidays. I said I want to go. They didn't really want to go, and I said we're going. So they listened to me on that one. You know.
Did you have a baseball bat in your hand when you said that?
No, they love me.
No, he doesn't hit his children.
No, I'm just saying. He says I told him we have to go to Florida.
Right.
Norman, you should look at. By the way, Norman, look at the Facebook page today. I put on a picture when I was 3 years old. You should take a look at it. It's a funny picture.
You were 3 years old?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was. I told myself.
I thought you were born big.
I was, the truth of the matter, but you'll see how it is. Norman, you are great, and thank you for calling in. You're
always good to hear from you, Norman. I hope you're doing all right.
So again, I'm going to take up another phone call, yeah? So you guys are listening to the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Hey, Esty, it's Mitch. How you doing?
Hey, Mitch.
Right. Listen, before I talk what I want to speak about, again, going after Norman, I just want to make one point and to defend Heshy here. Okay?
Thank you, because I was quiet. I didn't make any trouble tonight.
Right.
Woman, I didn't make no trouble tonight. Go ahead.
Look, we don't live in Russia. We don't live in these other countries. We don't live in these Arab countries where we're controlled. And we don't live in a bubble. That's baloney, because I grew up in an Orthodox household in Midwood, and believe you me, we knew stuff. We went to the libraries, we went to school, and listen, there were rules in my household, but I knew about stuff. I knew information. I knew what was BS and what isn't. So I mean, how is to say that people are in bubbles? That's baloney. That's being like totally anti-religious. I don't like that.
That's nothing to do with religion. Heshy happens to be a closed-minded old fogey.
Why? Why do you say that?
And that's the way he thinks about everything.
Again, you guys say that you can be homosexual.
You're not growing.
Homosexuals are acceptable, and they can do what they want. Because I can't do what I want. If I want to do something privately and I don't want to agree with you, I'm wrong. But these people can do whatever they want, and they're right.
Well, I just told you I don't want to go you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
Because you feel like
I'm not stopping anybody else from going to movies.
No,
I'm saying those movies are
you
not good.
Can't go because it's not right to go.
It's not right to go.
Okay, so don't go. So don't go.
I'm not.
Okay, but
I want to go.
everybody else can
Okay,
go.
then,
Oh, but you want to go, but your kids won't let you.
No, but
so your kids control you. Exactly.
I'm
what
going,
I
you
said.
know that kids control everybody. Everybody's
really?
kids control.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Ask
does
my
what-
kids.
Yeah.
Ask my kids.
Please.
Yeah.
Look, one thing that's definitely the case, I do have to say to you, Heshy, one very important factor. You once told a story that you wanted to go out for a normal dinner. So it was because your kids have a bit of a big mouth, you ended up spending these thousands of dollars on some stupid restaurant in Manhattan.
Stupid. Yeah, it was waste.
Yeah, meanwhile, by the way, and this is where I don't agree with you, Heshy, you ended up saying about the fact that you shouldn't tip more than a certain amount of money, even though you were a bit of a schmuck to go to one of these
Right. He
Well,
won't
it's-
tip.
excuse
The
me, it's not true.
freaking
It's
guy
not-
won't tip.
First of all, if you go to a fancy
Even
restaurant,
if the guy
you
complained where
understand
we
it's a
went
different
last
standard
week.
of tipping.
The
But,
waiter complained
he didn't
last
complain.
week.
He didn't
Yes,
complain.
he did.
He got $20. The whole meal was what, $180
Excuse me.
bucks? I
Yeah.
gave him $20.
Right. Ask anybody out there. Callers 303
$20 is not enough. And you know what?
303
we only had 4 or 5 people there, and you're talking the meals were like
$180. You said
right, $30 a person.
$180.
No, it's $30 for one.
$20.
He bought you one dish for $30 and a couple of drinks. One dish he deserves to get for $50. He bought one dish to a guy. How can you one dish for $50?
Okay.
By the way, and I will say this to SD. SD, the best drug there ever was, in my opinion, was a drug that I used to take called Quaaludes. Now that was
714.
I don't even know what that is.
Mitch,
Quaaludes were $1 for like one pill. They're basic, and you used to share out with a friend. And it was great. And let me tell you something.
But it was a pill.
Went to college.
Hello, it was a pill.
All kids. I don't. You know what I mean? I've had a really nice life before. Unfortunately, my wife unfortunately left the planet. But I grew up normal.
Okay.
I don't understand what's this thing about.
Mitch, I want to ask you a question, Mr. Normal. You have a computer, by the way?
Yes.
You go on the internet?
Yes.
I'm not making fun. Everybody does this.
Well,
Do you know, before you go off the thing, I want you to think of this. Do you know that if you delete your browser history, you could be arrested? There's a
What?
Why? Because it says over
listen
here.
to this, Neil.
you
Tell
can-
them, Neil.
you
Tell
can,
them.
No,
Listen to
it
this,
doesn't
Mitch.
say anything.
It does say.
It just says you can delete your
If you
browser.
delete
You
it,
can
you
end
can-
up in court.
in jail.
If
jail.
what?
Right?
If what?
If you delete
If you delete information that what? That has to do with a trial or the IRS or whatever.
Yeah, but
That's
if you
all.
delete something before your trial that you didn't even know you were getting a trial, you could still be arrested for that. They were investigating. You didn't know they were investigating.
No, and it's different for the Securities and Exchange people, the stock people and all that, because they have to save things according to the
Anyways,
Oxy
Mitch,
Act. Yeah.
thank you for your call,
10
Mitch. Think
years.
of that.
Okay, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not happy with you people here.
So yeah, hello, you're on
Good,
the air with
everybody
Uncle
knows I'm
Heshy.
right. About that
Hello?
tip, 1 minute. Mitch didn't say that I was
Hello?
right. Yeah, hello.
Is 7 years a long time for prison?
Depends for what.
Yes, it is.
Well, an Israeli guy. He did something wrong.
What did he do wrong?
I don't know what he did wrong.
Well,
Well,
if
he
it's for
didn't-
murder,
He didn't kill
you know,
for 7 years. He didn't kill anybody for 7 years.
What did he do for 7 years? Is not a long time.
it feels like a long time
it is
when
a
you're
long
in
time.
there.
It is
That's
a long
for sure.
time. It's a long time.
That's for sure.
You don't.
I wouldn't want to be in those shoes.
Was he a lawyer or a doctor?
No.
What did he do for a living?
Funny guy. He nothing.
He was a thief.
Stop.
Something like that. I don't know.
Is he a younger or older man?
In his 50s. Now he's in his 50s.
Wow. How long's he sitting already?
He's out.
Oh, he's out.
Oh, he's out. So he was
Okay.
in jail for 7 years when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he did
Listen.
something wrong, and he did
And
his
I'm
time.
sure he learned his
And
lesson.
he learned his lesson.
That's it.
Right. Hello, he made a mistake.
He's Israeli.
Okay.
That's a
And-
different point.
right. It
That has
could-
nothing
But
to
they
do.
didn't beat him up there in prison.
Who says they didn't?
Yeah.
But he hung around with the Jewish people in prison. The rabbis and all the bad Jews.
Bad Jews. Why are they all bad? Because they're in prison.
Yeah,
They're not bad because they're in prison.
They're not bad because they're in prison, but they probably did something.
that's what I mean.
Okay, you know
Well,
what?
prison isn't for bad people anymore. It's just for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, who is safe knowing that they will never go to prison? Is there anyone who's like, you know what? I'm a good citizen. I am never
What are
going
you
to prison.
doing? You got
Not
governors, mayors, congressmen,
Now you have
senators.
senators. You have big senators.
I mean, you got a whole load of people that we thought were supposed to respect
doctors,
that
lawyers,
are in there.
doctors,
Okay,
lawyers.
good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Hey, I don't know.
No.
Anyway,
So, no.
but that's the thing that you.
So the question is, nobody can ever feel safe. I don't think there's a single person can be like, I am so squeaky clean. Like, I don't think it's possible. You can get arrested for anything.
How about you?
No, but to go to jail. No,
If
no.
they tagged into me, I give up.
One
At least I
minute.
didn't murder anyone.
One minute.
yet.
We're
So
talking
that's
about
how-
going to jail, not getting a ticket or arrested or this. That's different.
No, I'm saying actually
In other words,
arrested.
there are people that you can arrest them, but they're going to walk out the door 24 hours later and never come back. They don't have to. In other words, because if you pick what are you going to say? I jaywalked. In other words, let's say something like that. Someone who is squeaky clean.
Or you have expired driver's license or stuff like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, my
something
friend
you
was
gotta
trying
go
to
through.
figure out how to check if her license is suspended, and she Googled it, and Yahoo answered, "Go to a cop, scan it for you."
My son in Chicago just switched his license to get an Illinois license.
Right.
He said he walked in there, whatever. They spent an hour and a half, and they got it on the spot, a new license.
Nice.
Because he was switching states. He had existing license.
No, that's not why.
Yes.
Because everyone there, if you're already past the test and do all that stuff, you had to retake the written test.
Oh, you did have to?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think that.
You had to retake the written
New York,
test.
you don't have to do that to
Okay.
switch. Uh-huh.
But in New York, they send it to you in the mail. Here, the point is they give it right to you on the spot.
I thought they give it to. I was in the motor vehicles. I thought I got one on the spot too.
Well, maybe you know how to pay people off. and
No,
stuff.
okay.
Mhm.
But I know you do it on the internet, anyways, and it comes right to you.
I know. I'm still waiting for my certificate for my defense thing that that I took.
That takes forever to come.
Yeah, I know it takes forever.
Take another call before we get off there. We got to take one more call and then we'll
Yeah.
do our
Again,
ads.
this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090.
I can't believe
Hello,
you
you're on
don't
the air
even
with
know
Uncle
about
Heshy.
that. The deleting the web. Everybody could be arrested for that.
Because it's BS.
Yeah.
It's BS.
Okay.
Wait,
Hello?
Just because you were right that the government listens to us.
Right, and they do.
He's been telling me this for years.
Serge, right? They listen to
Yeah.
us? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. In regards to the medical marijuana, in Jersey, you can find a doctor who officially prescribe it. It's allowed. Okay. In regards to the transplantation, we have a two problem. In the United States, you cannot get the compensation for it. That's why a couple American hospitals stays in Caribbeans and they have a live donors. So they match you in advance in order to prevent the accusation of unethical things which relates to license. In France, we have a doctor who actually planning to transplant the entire body. So they have the head of the patient who
No.
is alive right now.
Not
Uh,
possible. To transplant the head to another body?
Right. That's what they're going to do in France. That's officially
Wait.
announced.
When you say their head, you mean their brain or their physical head?
Okay, the body of, the patient lived in Russia, and he has a certain condition which completely disfigures his body and the muscle atrophy or something. But his brain is fine. He's like a computer science specialist, and the guy from France offered to transplant the entire body because they have a body which not violate any French law. That's already discussed.
But the body is dead. The body is brain dead, you mean?
Body is actually the patient in a coma. That's what I can.
So they're
say.
gonna
So
kill.
the way-
They're gonna kill the patient.
That's not the patient, but is dead. So
Where
that's
are
it.
they going to put the
When they
body?
pull the plug, doesn't the
the body
brain?
in front.
Doesn't the brain die last? The body continues to live. If you pull the plug, then the body dies
Yeah, you just
first.
you put the body the patient in France who is a complete dead, brain dead. Okay, but the body is still alive. They support it. Okay, the coma is the brain is dead. So the guy in France offered the patient in Russia to transplant the entire body. He has to fly to France, and they're supposed to switch things. So I don't
Wow.
know.
I gotta see that. I gotta look at that.
Yeah,
Is
that's the people waiting for years right now because
no,
that's
but that's
okay.
crazy. I wouldn't even believe that
That's
should be
public.
legal.
In
Okay, I
New
don't even
York,
think it could work. I don't know how the guy would, if the guy
in-
couldn't, if his brain doesn't function to move another body because it's paralyzed. You're saying the nerve system, so they hook up to a new nervous system.
They're giving him a
very,
new brain.
very question.
They're not giving him a new brain. They're using the old brain
No, they're
and
using
a new
this
body.
guy. They're putting his brain onto a new body.
Right. Putting
No,
his
the switch head.
They switch heads. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
wow.
Right. It's like going into a wig store. You just
Oh, God.
switch.
That is sick.
They will see. They will see.
It's not possible. Okay.
Hey, I love the stuff they're doing
Oh,
medically.
but-
They're doing
by
a
the
lot
way,
of advances medically.
Guys, by the way, the New York City, the city hall is discussing how to compensate the donors. I think is the one day in the hospital recovery should be paid. It's like a blood donation. They don't want to support the people with the. It's supposed to be legal. You have, if you want to sell it, and you can do it. You can do it. You prevent the black market because it's a federal law prohibiting any compensation. Again, that's why a lot of people who have money, they cannot get the organ in the eyes.
Ah, you see, that's what I was saying, and it's not right.
Of course, it's not right, but that's because
Neil says too bad. Neil says too bad on you.
So because poor people can't get extra organs or whatever, rich people shouldn't either. Someone should be getting it.
No, you're
The
on a
rich
waiting
and
list.
poor are
The
not
waiting
equal.
list. Sure, they're equal.
No, they're not.
When it comes to
They've
this,
never
Why?
been.
Why should they be equal? If I can go out and buy a Rolls Royce
yeah,
and you can only get a Chevy or a smart car, too bad.
they.
Too bad.
Yeah, Americans are lazy. We should go out there and make money. If you're not making money, that means you're not like. I don't believe like some people are lucky
Even
enough to
if
make
you
money.
have money, somebody can
You go-
outbid you. Somebody with more money will beat you.
Okay.
So you're never going to win.
You go out there and
What do
do
you
the
mean
best
never
you
gonna
So
can.
you have to be number one to win.
The only one problem, guys, if you go to any other country, get a transport, pay for it, when you come back to States, you might be arrested for it because you pay for the transport. That's
Really?
I didn't know that.
Okay,
Wow.
but anyway, they don't have to find out about it. You go under another name, whatever. There are a lot of countries that do a lot of business like this.
No, they don't. I mean, that people I'm talking to American doctors with American hospitals. They just overseas the states. It's like you go to some other states, right? You pay something with a credit card. The New York State can ask you to pay taxes. Or
Correct.
you charge them credit card.
Correct.
The same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
If I buy something with in a non-taxable state on my credit card, I have to pay taxes in New York.
Right, because really it's your responsibility.
Yeah, don't if you have a business in some other country, you have to pay them taxes and America taxes because you're a citizen or something like that?
Only when you bring back the money, and that's
No,
why
no,
there are
no,
big
no,
companies that don't bring back the money, and we have trillions of dollars sitting overseas because if it comes back, they have to pay taxes on it.
Wow.
And that's what they want to change. They want to give them a break and let them bring the money back because it'll create a lot of business. Trillions of dollars you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
What a crazy country. we
Because
live
they want to tax it by like 30% or something. Why should they?
In China, it's 10%. I mean, on any American business in China, so do the business there, you pay 10%. That's it. That's all. But the only one
10%,
problem,
and then you've got to do backsheesh, another 3%.
Anyway, Serge,
Yep.
thank you for your call. We're going to station identification in a minute, and
what do we from what Heshy and friends? No,
from
you
that-
can't handle that
I can handle
because
that.
you were not your
First,
friends.
I have no problem for you
You're
to be
just
friends.
using
It
us
should
and
be at least-
abusing
it
us.
should be at least
That's what you do.
It should be Uncle Heshy and friends.
Uncle Heshy and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Oh,
else?
you could say, right. That's
You
what it
see,
is.
even in that, you'd still be the main guy. So either way, you'd be the main host.
So
and
why
you'd be
don't you
co-host.
do
No, but he
friends?
can't say
Friends with Uncle Heshy. I'm
no.
into that.
No, Uncle Heshy.
He
and
just wants
friends.
more
Right.
friends. He just
Okay.
wants more friends.
Okay, Esty, let me just tell everybody something.
Yeah, a
I'll
quote, a
Okay,
quote.
I'll midday quote. I'll mid-show quote because Esty's going to be doing her. She has a funny story for us today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a cute little quote. I'm going to give it to you. Aging is an inevitable process. I surely wouldn't want to grow younger. The older you become, the more you know. Your bank account of knowledge is much richer.
The more
Okay, that's
you
for you.
know.
That is great.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
great. That and the money will get you onto the subway.
Wow.
Right?
Okay. So Neil, we're coming to the end. Say goodbye.
Hey,
Goodbye.
so long, folks.
Okay, we'll be back.
no light on, you're not on. Okay, that's how it works. You have to get the light
See,
on
over
first.
here, there's a better view of the light. Over there, you never have a better view.
Right, because you gave me a chair today that's your space,
Right.
and you demanded that I run the show tonight.
Right.
Okay, and I'm not getting anything extra for it
No,
or
well,
anything like
I
that.
wanted the sushi.
That's extra.
And I have a question for you.
Oh, call the guy. Tell him I want a lot of wasabi.
We are getting a delivery.
Not ginger.
Wasabi. We're
Wasabi.
getting a delivery of sushi, and I told Neil the tip is not more than what? $5. I don't even agree
And
with
I
that.
can't even believe you went that hard.
Right. You see, I knew
I
it.
can't even
So
believe
you
it.
don't
Yeah,
make
by
up
the way,
your
a
mind.
grocery
This
store
a guy
person.
dragging food for 3 people, 4 people from across town, schlepping it here. He deserves a
Yeah,
decent
he's
tip.
probably in a smart car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's costing money to run around and all that.
Oh yeah, a lot
So
of money.
that guy-
Very big overhead.
By
for
the
a
way, what
smart
about
car.
groceries?
Insurance, gas, time for the man to go in and out. He's getting paid at least
How many
$10
times
an hour.
a year does he put in gas?
Okay, it doesn't make a difference, but he's doing a lot of running around.
Wait, so let me ask you, at the grocery when they come by, how much money do you give them?
Depending on the boxes, but
Right?
if it's,
My mother's $1 per box. If you have 4 boxes, you give it
Right.
$4
That's
bucks.
the way it is, $1 per box. No, $5 also if it's 4 boxes. Yeah.
or
Like it's a minimum.
you
It's
can
just
give
by us.
$5 for 6 boxes. It
Right.
depends.
Now,
It's
if
just-
you have 20 boxes, you're gonna get crazy. Now, I again, that's
You stick with your $5.
right.
Because
No,
that's
that
your
I agree.
limit.
If someone gives you like 20 boxes, you can't
Okay,
give them
maybe
20
you
bucks
give
tip.
more,
That seems
right,
off.
right. So
No,
then
it
you
seems
give more.
it seems
I know,
excessive.
especially by him, you got to carry it up 2
You
flights
can't
of
give more than
steps.
$7.
2 flights of steps.
But you know they're charging you for this already too.
No, they're not.
Yeah. But you usually like an order. If you make a takeout order, is like 13, 14 bucks. They make you do a minimum, and they charge you a $5 delivery charge above that.
Where?
Every one of those restaurants, you'll see the price is
No,
higher
we're
for
talking about a
delivery.
supermarket.
Oh, supermarket?
They don't.
They don't.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm telling you, this delivery charge.
I mean, I'm sure there's delivery charge because they have 15, 20 vans and it's got to be in the overhead somewhere. So you're paying for it somehow.
Okay, I mean everybody's
Somebody's
paying
got
the
to be
same.
paying for it, right?
Okay, well, I don't know.
Seems to be a good market, the supermarket business in Borough Park. You
Yeah.
know, in the last few years, like all over the place, guys who had little groceries,
Right?
now
all making it
they
to
all
supermarket.
redid it, and
Right.
and then
By the way, I
Or
hate
busy,
that.
right?
and they're open 24/6. Most
Wait,
of them.
but
You know
I
what,
like.
Neil? You told me a funny story about a store in Lakewood, New Jersey, that's not open during the day, but they're at night from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Neil,
Yeah.
isn't that a genius idea?
I think that's genius.
Everybody's out learning
'Cause
and
that
working, and when you
community,
come
that's
home,
the way it works.
I believe it should be like that. We should have stores like that here, 4 to 7 o'clock at night for people who work. And,
Well, I know McDonald's is open
okay,
24/7.
McDonald's and fancy
Okay.
restaurants. But I'm talking like
No,
supermarkets
fancy
and
rest-
groceries.
No, you're wrong. After 9:30, 10 o'clock in Flatbush, where I live,
yeah.
you will not find anything but one sushi place. No pizza stores open, nothing. It's closed. I don't understand it.
No.
I really
You
don't.
do have a shop right not far from you.
A ShopRite is not going to give me a hot calzone and
You know, they sell hot food there. And they sell sushi. They have these like chickens or something, or deli. No,
no, in the front, that's not the kosher
I
stuff.
think they have once in a while kosher. No,
Cook?
I don't know
I
about
don't
cook.
think
I know
so.
sushi they have. Ready
Sushi
to
they
go.
have, and they have, they carry a line of meat from Meal Mart or whatever, steaks and this and that.
You mean salamis and bolognas? They have like a kosher freezer there for that.
They have a kosher section for that.
Yeah.
And
Kosher
I know
cream
people buy the
cheeses and
fish
cheeses.
there,
Fish.
the fresh fish, the white fish.
Yeah,
let's
because
say.
they have their own kosher sushi
Right, they
section
have
and a
a
not kosher
thing.
sushi section.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you buy, I tell you, you go to the store, takeout, and you buy a nice piece of white fish, they charge you like $6. You go to a place like ShopRite, you're right, you still have to cook it. Cooking it takes literally 6 minutes to cook a
Right.
piece of fish.
Right.
Okay, and they charge you get like 2-3 pieces for $6.
Oh.
It's really, they make a lot of money on the fish.
I saw their steaks were very expensive
Where?
by ShopRite. They have kosher steaks.
It's not $12 a steak.
It's $12, $14.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is. You can't always go back 40 years.
$7,
and say,
$11. No, if you
right.
buy a big box wholesale.
Okay, how many people can buy wholesale steaks?
25, 30 pieces. Not only steaks, hamburgers. You can buy like 200 pieces and store them for
Right.
a couple of weeks or months.
Through the war.
But freezing them, you can't freeze them.
Yeah, but how long do you really want to eat something that was frozen for,
Right.
Unless you really wrap it tight, because otherwise it does get that freezer taste. You know it, and I know it.
Yeah.
Like pizza, I realize.
Right.
I can't stand it. It comes in a plastic bag. You zip it. 2 weeks later or a week later, it's all It's all it's like an emergency. It's all right, but it's
exactly
not,
what I was just gonna say. When you have nothing to eat in the house,
right,
that's good.
Right, and a lot of times, when you buy them, they have them on special, and you buy Omnum's frozen pizza. What does he call himself? New York Select, I think.
Oh,
pizza.
Yeah.
It says
I thought I saw Omnum's. Yeah.
Right, but it says on top New York Select. Okay, when it's on special, it's $8 for the pie.
Wow.
Which is $1 a slice.
$8 for 8 slices.
8 slices.
Real slices, not
real
the little
slices.
itty bitty mini ones.
Real slices, maybe 10-15% smaller than the store.
Okay.
But not 25% less. It's a real slice.
Okay.
For $8 to have in your freezer?
Right. That is
great. Of course
great.
You would do
I
it.
got to go buy a few of them. I like them. I used to buy the bagel pizzas. Neil. So anyways, what else you got for me tonight?
I got something for you.
Go ahead.
Really?
I got something for you tonight. That's very, very special.
Well, I wanted to tell you, but Esty didn't do her horoscope.
Oh, screw the
Please,
horoscope.
give
But
me
I do want to say the funny story.
Let her tell a funny story, Neil.
You know we don't like horoscope.
But funny stories we do like.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the pilots.
It's not my birthday, so I don't really care. I'm not even close to my birthday month.
So if anybody wants to hear the horoscopes, you can ask and I'll read it for you. But okay. So the pilots of American Airlines Flight 005 had a tough choice this past weekend: make an on-time arrival with faulty toilets, or be 3 hours late with fully functioning lavatories. They went with the latter, as the flight from Dallas to Honolulu touched down in LA because 3 of the 6 cabin restrooms went out of service.
Okay, now Neil, they wanted to leave on time. Okay, they didn't want to hang around, so they went with broken toilets. That's how people are desperate to leave on time.
Well, it seems we have a big problem with leaving on time. It's terrible.
Every flight
Really?
I'm on is always
Terrible.
late.
Every
Yeah.
flight I'm on, we get there early.
That's great. And bless you, lucky stars.
Lucky,
but
very
I'm just
super lucky.
telling you that people that get stuck really go freaky, because you can sit there 3-4 hours
I
sometimes.
know, it's crazy.
You imagine on a plane, and the motor's off, no air conditioning.
And when you land, another half an hour? Crazy?
Horrible, horrible. It's really a bad thing.
So wait, let me read the other one. Okay.
That's why I don't like to fly.
I hate to fly.
And if I can drive,
now
I
won't
do it.
fly.
Right.
I'm not into flying.
Really? I like meeting. By the way, I make it a ritual. So I fly a lot. So every time before I fly, I go to the where the pilots sit, and I talk to them. I say, "Hey, how are you? Teach me another button." So just in case, I'll know some buttons there. So I keep forgetting, but every time I'm on a flight, I ask, "Okay, show me one button on how this plane works."
That's what I want to be. I want to be on the plane that you're taking over for the pilot.
You don't
Oh,
want to.
yeah.
You don't want to
Oh,
be there.
yeah.
I'm just saying, in case of emergencies, it's good knowledge to have. The problem is, there's I think I don't know. I know there's more than 2 types of planes, but 2 types of main. So every time I learn different buttons, different plane, doesn't work out so well. But they let you meet the pilot. I didn't know that was allowed, even on
Sure.
international flights.
They let you go into the main room again?
Yeah,
The cockpit?
Yeah, you say hi. You could chill with them. I found out their names. I think met a pilot twice, on the plane. Ooh, crazy story. Okay, so I was on the way to I don't know where I was on the way to, but I wanted to get a coffee and my flight was leaving. So I ordered one and they were like, we can't wait. I ordered one, was waiting for the coffee, and I was like, 2 minutes. They're like, if you don't come on right now, you're just going to miss the flight. So there was a guy who worked for I think he was not a stewardess, maybe? No, steward. What's the guy version of that?
Yeah, steward, yeah.
Okay, so basically he's like, don't worry, I'll get it to you. So I'm sitting on the plane, the doors are closed. I'm like, there's no way, whatever, forget it. So the doors are closed, everything. He comes into the plane, he gives it to me. I was like, wow, thank you. They were like, there's no way, this door's closing, no one's getting in. He got in, he gave me the coffee. Isn't that adorable?
And you took off right then and there,
No.
Because another half an hour for us to.
No. They didn't wait for me. It went regular time, but just they were like, oh, it's not possible. He got in. I thought that was cute.
Esty was. What were you blaming me earlier for something in the car?
What was I blaming you for?
I don't remember. Something
Yeah.
like
The
that.
world problem.
Oh, we're running early and
Yeah, I'm not gonna show up someplace earlier than I have to.
right. She makes us wait for sit. I know you're waiting for
No,
me.
no,
too,
no. They
but
always pick me up at 6 o'clock. Today they decide, hey, 5:30. Hey, SD, want to come out? Hello. I was planning my day with 6 o'clock. I leave. I have a half hour to get dressed, get ready. Nothing. Your soy sauce.
I called her and she says, "Oh, I'm not ready." I said, "Can you get ready?" "No, I'm not getting ready."
But I did end up getting ready.
Yeah, and you came out at 6 o'clock.
And I did not. 5:45, I checked.
Yeah, and I had to stop and drop off a book. What was the name of the book you were reading?
Something perfect.
You don't even know the book you finished reading 400 pages.
Who cares? I don't have to. Like, I know people. I still don't know their
What was the
names.
story about? Tell
About.
Norman. I got to hear this. This is the one book she really read from cover to cover. How long did it take you? 2 weeks?
Laughing for eternity. No. First off, I read a book every single weekend usually, and it takes me 5 hours maybe.
To read the whole book with 400 pages.
Yeah,
Wow.
for sure. Sometimes less. I think my record is like a whole book in about 4
What do
hours.
you do
Yeah,
every other page?
I'm just a really fast reader.
And what was the book about?
What was the book about?
She just returned it, Neil, on the way here.
Fine. It was about an about the super rich Hollywood guy who all of a sudden went to prison because by mistake someone got killed and everybody blamed him. So he was in prison for 5 years and he kidnapped this girl and they fell in love. It was a romance novel. By the way, every time I finish reading a book,
why her head gets all flighty.
I'd rather be in La La Land.
Right.
Reality is
She
not as
reads
cool as in my
these
head.
Great books.
You know what? Everybody wishes they were in my head. It's so much more fun up here.
And do you go to movies, by the way?
I do. I haven't gone in so long.
Oh, because you don't like any of the movies. They're all dirty.
What?
No.
No, ask her. Why don't you go?
For religious reasons, you don't go to movies?
No, but they're just dirty. She doesn't want to go.
But by the way, it does
I don't
feel.
say I don't go for religious reasons. We don't want to go to these dirty.
By the way,
bad
it's
movies.
very uncomfortable for me to be in a crowded theater with a whole bunch of people watching super sex scenes. It freaks me out. It's like everybody's watching.
I agree
this
with
me.
her. I agree with it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't that
Just
stupid? You
so
see,
sad.
Neil? SD finally woke up. She agrees with me.
What? That it's awkward?
Yeah.
So what is this?
Sweet sauce.
They're now trading sources. Nobody knows what you're doing.
I just
Okay.
why can't we find soy sauce? It should be so easy.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys don't want to talk. So I'll talk while you guys eat.
No.
You're stopping me. That's not good.
Isn't this like a new thing like sushi? Like, how do the Orthodox Jews, how do they do it?
Oh, the sushi is great, by the way. Can I tell you
But I
something?
heard there's a rabbi who says you're not supposed to eat sushi
What? Oh, please.
because he's nuts in the head.
Oh, do it? Are you? I
Come
don't
on,
believe
you
it.
can find
There has
a guy
be
to
a reason.
ban anything.
Nobody
like,
would
what's
say that.
helping kids? No. They must
When
learn on
he
their
gives-
own.
When he gives a speech, and sushi, you know.
Really? Sick guy. Do you know that I was reading a story, Neil, that a woman was banned from owning a cell phone after she had a fatal crash? That there's a lady who faces sentence Friday. She was convicted of obstruction of justice and conspiracy for removing somebody's backpack and left to go from his dorm room in another, I don't know, 4 years.
So
Maybe
she
I'm
had
reading
an
it.
accident?
She had some kind of an accident, and since she was I'm reading the wrong thing, but since she was in an accident because of using the cell phone, she can't use the cell phone again, or she can't own one.
Hey, yeah, you're not going to get me to go easy on drivers that text and do
Who
stuff
doesn't do
like
it?
that.
People know how. Come on, do you eat a
I
sandwich
don't
when
text,
you drive?
but I don't
Do you
text.
eat sandwich when
Because
you
I
drive?
realized that the bottom line is while I'm texting, I don't look at the road. That's
And
a
when you
fact.
play with the radio,
I don't. I can look at the road and play with the radio.
So you
I
can-
can eat a sandwich and play at the radio.
but look
That's
at the road and play with the radio is the same thing. Okay, and using a cell phone, same thing.
I'm telling you, it's not. See how your eyes just go down onto the thing, and you're looking at the text. Zoom in
So
a
what
second.
we should come up with a program that anybody who sits in a car, their phones go dead automatically. Screens go dead.
Oh, but what about emergencies?
Yeah,
Nick-
you can dial out like the olden days. You can still use a telephone. You just can't use the screens. All go dead.
Why
That's
can't
horrible.
you get a camera in the front of the car like you have in the back of the car,
And
and you'll hook up to your phone in the corner there, and you'll be able to see.
well, you have that today. You have the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth lets you.
Oh, the Google goggles. You can drive with that, even though that doesn't make sense. You can drive and like text with blinking your eyes, but then how are you watching the road? It's very complicated.
I don't know, but I'm talking about typing a text.
Oh, typing. Well, you can do that today with voice typing.
It
Does
doesn't
it
work
work?
out. You have to edit
never
it. It
works
doesn't really
out,
work.
right?
It works. It works if you're desperate for a phone number. It works. Call this, call that.
That's why
I've
I
seen
never
it.
understood it, man. I really never understood it. How they do these, when they did in the beginning, they used to come out with these typing. They used to advertise all
Right,
the
the
time.
parrot or
talk
something. Right. It doesn't work.
It
good.
doesn't
But I'm sure
work.
for some people who write,
Just learn how to type, man. It wasn't easy for me, but after
Right.
a while, it just happens, and
Right,
that's it.
right.
Finished.
but when you're typing 400 or 500 pages, you type what? 2 pages, 5-page reports, 30 pages a day, same form, same format. This guy's coming up with 400 pages of just rambling in the head. You need to be able to talk.
400. He probably wrote 2,000 and
And
reduce
at 2,000, right? They had to reduce it to 400.
Mm.
Okay. Anyways, so that lady doesn't bother you that she can't drive a car.
You know I'm going on birthright, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. You're
Oh,
going to
I
Israel.
love
Did
it.
you
For
get
how
a date
long?
already?
Yeah, July 1st.
She's going to Israel July for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Now,
I love
wait
it.
a minute. Are
You're
you
a
going with
lucky
the
person.
religious or the not religious?
I don't know. I asked them. They said there's no such thing. It's more like, there's like not religious. There's like people who have no idea about Judaism and people who come from a Jewish background, like whatever.
But they mix boys and girls.
I'm
there.
going on the mixed one. I would never go on the
So
old
you're
girls
going,
one.
So woman, they sleep in tents in the desert, boys and girls together.
Are you kidding me? 10 of us slept in a bed, all piled on top. There's a bed. We need to sleep. Bam. Nobody cares. The whole guy-girl thing is like more a Jewish thing. We've kind of broken out of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Israel is not Jewish.
No, Israel's Jewish. I'm saying the whole
You're
guy,
going to the Holy
girl.
Land and you're going to go partying in the desert with guys.
I'm sorry. Israel is the party place. Like I partied there like crazy.
It's the Holy Land. We're supposed to be repenting and crying.
Yeah, but all goodness has equal amounts of sin. So Israel must
Not
be it.
sin. Why is it sin to
It's not sin.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to go there to cleanse your soul.
I've never
with
been
you?
interested in
Wonder
that.
what's with
What
me.
is with
It's
you?
like going into a church
It's
or a
going-
synagogue.
What?
You don't go in with a
No.
bathing
The
suit.
whole state, half the state isn't even kosher.
Jerusalem, okay, but other people desecrate doesn't mean that you have to desecrate.
I don't even go visit the wall. What's it called? The Great Wall?
Oh,
the Western
you-
Wall. I'm
because
just not
yes,
interested. I don't really care about the religious stuff. I'm just happy everybody's Jewish and everything's kosher. I'm good.
Not everything is kosher in Israel.
Not in Tel Aviv, but in Jerusalem.
No.
But Tel Aviv is where
Where the action is.
that's where everything.
I went there. Oh my God, we went to a party. We spent like $2,000
They
buying
got
everyone
clubs,
drinks.
they got
Crazy
everything.
party.
$2,000 a night for drinks.
It was amazing.
We work so hard for our money, and you spend $2,000
I
for
worked hard for my money too. It's sometimes worth it. One night, just go blow out.
$2,000.
It ended up being, we didn't plan it to be that way. We were just buying everyone drinks and it added up and we paid.
How much was the tip? At least $200.
Yeah.
And more.
No. Oh, right, because you give 18%. I usually only give 10%. I never updated.
Oh, you see? 10%. Okay,
No, I don't know how to figure out
$200
18.
tip
No,
is
no.
crazy.
If they said,
I
no.
would have had a tab, and at the end of the night, whatever the bill is, I give you $20, $30.
No, you know what? If they said 20% is
That's
one
because you
thing.
knew you're
I
not
can't
coming
figure out
back.
18%. No, I can't figure out 18%. I'm not good at percentage. 10% I know was like $1 for $10. 20% is $2 for $20. Like I can't figure out 18. What is that?
You are smart, Esty.
You know?
You're smart. Just calculate 20% minus 2%.
Cut it in half.
I can.
whatever.
It's just
No,
math
yeah.
was never my subject, and I just refused to learn it.
You
There's a
refuse to learn
There's
that.
a calculator. Why'd I have to figure this out? It hurts my
When
brain.
you come into the store and you give me $5 or something, I tell you the price is $3.99. I only give you back 50 cents. You don't know.
First off, I technically would know, but I don't ask. Whatever change they give me, I just go. I don't really. I do not count the change. I do not check. I just trust everyone.
Now, when you go to Israel and
The taxi drivers, that's different.
no, when you go to
They rip you
I got to
over.
tell you a story about
when
that.
you go
And
to
they always
Israel,
tell you how, my
when you
son is
when you go to
religious.
Israel and it comes Shabbos, right?
Mhm.
Most of that group there is not religious.
That's not true.
A lot of them are not religious.
No.
But they make a Shabbos party.
Yeah,
right,
they
but
do.
some of them still smoke. They go out to the drink. They go on
So
a
what do
cab.
you want?
So would you go hang with them, Esty?
What do you
Maybe.
want? Why not? If she's not smoking, if she's not doing it,
But if
what
they're
do you
going
care?
out, hanging out Saturday
Honestly,
afternoon
people
or
ask.
Friday
No,
night,
people ask me like, oh, even though it's Friday, even do you keep? Do you not keep? Do you want to go out? Even if I didn't keep Sabbath, like, it's my one day to chill. Don't ask me to party. Like every other day, I'm like, oh, should I go here? I have a legitimate excuse. It's a holy Sabbath. I gotta just chill, be at home.
chill.
I'm not interested in parties.
Okay,
Never happened.
thank God.
Wait, by the way, funny story about the taxi.
in Israel.
So my father, he was in a taxi, and the guy was telling him,
I
yeah,
want one of
the
those.
meter's broken, whatever, we can't use it. So he gets there, and the guy charges him whatever, and he checks. He presses the meter, and and it works. And he's like, and the guy's like, oh, he wants his money, and he's like, no, maybe you should pay me. I fixed your meter. Okay.
As they say, I make fun of the jokes. I do make fun of those jokes. That's not really a good joke.
It's not a joke. It's just something that happened. But yeah, taxis are
I have
brutal.
no desire to go to Israel.
You've ever been?
Many times.
Oh, so then yeah. You've been
No
there, seen it.
desire. In other words, I think, what would I do there?
What's there for you, right?
She's going to Israel. She's going to party.
For me, there's people my age and they're all Jewish. I can make tons of friends.
I go home to party.
Oh, there's nobody our age and is Jewish?
Actually, I made friends with someone who wasn't Jewish there, and I met up with him in Spain. It was brilliant. No, in France.
How many times have you been to Israel?
4 times.
4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going back to party again.
I feel like it's my second home because all my friends are
Second
there.
home. 4 times you've gone into second home.
Yeah, I mean, all my
She
friends are
feels
there.
comfortable
I know
there.
the people there. I do feel comfortable. Yeah,
It's a Jewish state.
And
Why
Miami,
not?
you don't feel comfortable in?
No, I don't know anyone. Oh wait, I just want to mention this is the Just Enough Heshy show.
Thank God.
Yeah, you can call in at 718-303-9090.
I was worried when you would get to that. And what else?
Yeah, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, #JustEnoughHeshy. You can also see us live on YouTube, or if you'd like to advertise with us or just shoot us an email, you can email us at justenoughheshy, Heshy spelled Heshy, @gmail.com.
Yeah, try to keep the email somewhat
Kosher.
clean, kosher. Right, I'm not saying you
By
can
the way-
scream and curse at me, but wow, come on, chill.
Kesha, one of her songs, she's like, something about kosher. She's like, we're going to keep it kosher.
Who?
And Kesha.
What's Kesha?
Kesha is a singer.
I don't know.
One you would hate, Super Corva. Like, you would hate her.
Super Corva?
Like, oh, I'm drunk, I'm partying. Like,
A Jewish lady?
no, she's just complete. I don't want to say trash because I don't want
Is she Jewish?
No.
So then why would I listen to her?
Right, I'm not saying
Oh
you
my
would.
God.
No, I listen to non-Jewish music, but she's like coming up with a name like for a Corva that I...
No, she's on the radio. You probably
Very
heard her.
famous.
She's just all her songs are like, oh, I got partied and I'm drunk and we should do. I don't like her. Just there's no meaning
But
to
you
any of her
seem to
words.
listen to her.
No, it was on the Wii, the dancing game.
Yeah.
So one of the songs that I danced to, it's good exercise, had that in it. I don't really listen to her now.
I gotta
You can't
tell you, the
skip the song?
sushi was delicious.
The sushi was delicious?
Yeah.
Really good.
Hmm.
I wish they would send us more.
No, the producer is smart. He's a
Okay, let me
budget.
just re-give the number because the producer's telling me.
Oh,
Right.
there's a
The
budget.
number here is
Of course there's a budget,
718
Neil. We can't...
303
Your kind
9090.
of money, we have a
Oh,
budget.
God. Go ahead, Esty. And who's paying for the show?
Who's paying for the show?
Mr. Clean.
Mr.
Yay.
Clean. And go ahead. Mr. Clean's very good.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Clean, he delivers.
Did he do your stuff?
He did, but he did
Oh,
a good
no.
job. There's nothing that could be done for those clothes.
But what do you mean? He did better than we... First
No,
of all,
everything came clean, neat, whatever. Just there's only so much you can do. I gave him really old clothes from I don't know. We just found it in
and
a
it
house.
costed you $139.
Yeah, that's what. Imagine the other guy did something and charged me $700. That would suck. So
But
I
Is
think
the clothes good?
it's good. You know, it's clean. It just it still has that musty thing to it. You know, but it's not his fault. I asked, do what you can.
And what are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna try to wear it. Come on, it's vintage. Doesn't matter if it's little.
Oh,
Smell
you
it.
don't like the smell?
I don't mind. Oh, you can smell like an old house. New perfume, old house perfume.
Okay.
Smell like your old house.
Wow, that's like Kramer with the beach smell. Yeah.
Kramer.
Yeah.
From Seinfeld. Go
Ugh.
ahead, Esty. Who else
So
is
yeah.
on our show?
So
We
yeah,
don't
Mr.
like
Clean.
Seinfeld.
He does free pickup and
I
delivery.
like Seinfeld.
No, he's too good.
I hate
No,
Seinfeld.
Just
Just a bunch of people with their stupid little problems. I don't like it. They're all like
Oh.
hysterical,
That's life.
dramatic.
That's life.
No,
That's
I like
life.
Friends better.
No.
You
Oh,
like-
Friends is a joke.
Stupid show.
Friends
You
is
see,
a joke.
that's her problem. She likes to be like Seinfeld. At least wants to at least be.
Just why aren't
somewhat-
the people in there like better looking? Like these people in real life in other movies they look good. In that movie they were all dressed down, dull and grungy, and it just makes me not want to watch it because
They
it looks
were
so dull.
regular people. That's why.
I know, but it's just gray and dull, and I don't know.
Well, I like Seinfeld.
So wait, so let me
George
say-
is all right by
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, Mr. Clean, he does free pickup and delivery, right?
Right.
You get 25% off if you mention the
You're the
Just
one who
Enough
used
Heshy
him.
show.
Did he give you 25% off?
I didn't ask him. I felt like I don't know.
And did he
You
do?
didn't get 25.
I'm not Jewish enough.
Did he do free pickup and delivery?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can email him at Mr. Clean
I
Delivers.
don't believe she got 25% off.
It's just compared to 700, 130 seems so little. I was like, I'm like this.
You should have still asked for it.
I should have asked for it. Okay, well,
I'm sure he gave it to you.
maybe he did. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I doubt it.
you can email him at mrcleandelivers@gmail.com,
Neil, you're vicious.
and you can
know
call
your
in.
friends. You know,
That's it. I'm not paying for the shows. It's too difficult.
Right.
You can call him at 347-369-3051. So yeah, Sarah Shapiro Halberstam. She's a psycho.
I love her.
Yeah.
I was listening to her show again, and some people to this girl, people saying, "Oh, she doesn't know, she does know." I was listening to everything she had to say. She was very intelligent,
I thought
very
so.
to the point. Very okay. She went a little bit overboard on certain issues because of she's a woman. There's nothing you can do about that. All women have
surgery. Wait, a woman who has surgery, is that counted, or
Well, no.
there's still a guy?
But a woman.
woman.
All women have their own.
No, so if I get a sex
opinions
change, then all of a sudden it's cool.
No, some women, again. It's,
So if a guy has a sex change to be a girl, is that considered a girl? Women.
You know my Corva theory, right?
You know what? If you didn't know if we were women or men,
Corva phenomenon. They're all still women. They're all still the same. Bottom line, you're right. You have better ones, holy ones, religious
no, you know
ones.
what? Two people can say the exact same thing. If it's a woman or a guy, you'll listen. So basically, we have to put people behind a mask. So you can't tell if it's girl or guy, and then listen to the advice.
Some women are smart, but sometimes they still have their dumbbell opinion. Right.
Everybody is Mishigasim.
Not like women. Really, Neil, tell her.
No, honestly, I think women have a larger percentage of like being emotional, maybe, but doesn't mean all women are like that. And there is a percent of men who are all like, "Oh, why don't you love me?" and all needy and.
Oh, stop! We're all
I've met them,
but all women are emotional.
No, but I've met men who are super emotional, and you're just like,
"Ugh." How the woman that's not emotional, cold as ice.
Once in a blue moon.
You would prefer that? You would prefer that?
Yeah.
You prefer cold as ice?
Yeah.
Cold like I don't really need you. I'll be with my friends and just like not warm or affectionate. You'd hate it.
Well, you're being affectionate. Of course, you live to get together. So then why are you married? What's the whole objective?
So we're just saying.
So what? Whatever it is.
You don't know they're going to be cold.
If you have to still love each other. You're just cold. Can't have love and be cold. This is my style.
Right.
I want to be cold. That means I can be myself, but I love you.
Right.
You don't have a baba, an uncle, and aunt like that.
So if you could choose cold,
so you would have like 2 bedrooms and just say,
not 2 bedrooms.
We love each other.
Not 2 bedrooms, but you don't have to remember. Life is a very busy thing. It's not a game that you have to play with one another and do head games with everybody. You live life on a day to day, and you have things to do that cannot be interrupted by anything. So you go on, and when you have the opportunity to be more loving or
in other words, you want to say that you found that there are things that are more important than family.
Not more important than family.
More important
not
than
more
family.
important family, but that take priority right now over family.
So
what takes priority over family?
A lot of things.
Money.
Not money.
Anything to do with money.
No, not money. Excuse me. Future, survival. That takes precedence over.
What are you on LSD or something? Survival.
Well, if you don't go out there to try to make first of all the world a better place, but besides that to survive, then family doesn't exist anyways.
So why don't you get on a horse or something and go town to town trying to make the world a better place?
I try now. I can't go town to town.
Why?
I have a lot to do with my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. There's enough to do here. If everybody does their little bit, like President Obama said, and I know you're not gonna like this. He never served in the military, but he says to serve your country. Okay, to serve your country, you don't have to be in the military. Serve your country by doing community service.
By screwing up the country?
No, serve the poor, help somebody build a house, get them to help them do their paperwork, help them get to the store, to the hospital, go read books to little kids, tutor a class.
Just look what he's got going. He's got
and if you had 10
the
million
worst president in history. And he's got you quoting him
he has so little what to work with. That's why he's trying every which way.
Why? Because he's working with me and you and Esty?
No, he has little to work because they're not giving him anything. You have big unemployments. The economy was down. There's so many bad things going on.
In other words, the guy in office, since he's in office, has introduced 6,000 plus pages of new regulation and stuff like that for businesses.
And to help.
No, not to help anything. He did not take the cost into account, nothing. He just added regulation after regulation. The guy from Home Depot said, the original 3 partners, one of them is he's a pretty famous fellow. Yeah. They're all famous. Anyway, he said that if he would try to open a Home Depot today, he could never do it with all the regulation that's in place. Okay?
So they're saying it's more difficult to open businesses?
That's good for business?
A lot of things that today, with the new regulations, you cannot do what they did 20, 10, 15 years ago.
Okay. So that's ridiculous.
Right.
And that's your president.
Not my president.
Yeah.
That's your Congress. That's your Senate.
No, that's your president. Your president
He
gave
has to-
them orders and told them, I want a lot of paper with a lot of crap in it.
And that's what the mayor does too.
Oh, man.
That's what your Bloomberg did.
Dude.
That's what your Bloomberg did.
Yeah.
Your Bloomberg did a lot of regulations. What's SD crying about?
No, I just saw at the bottom of Sarah Shapiro Halberstam's card. It says, people cry not because they are weak, but because they have been strong for too long. Isn't that brilliant?
Huh? You
That's a
see?
good
smart girl.
quote.
That's a great quote.
Well, don't steal it from her.
Say it again, Esty.
So,
Why
yeah.
not steal? Well, you know what? I can't steal it now that it's on there. Esty brought it up. Esty stole it. Go ahead, Esty. What's her quote?
No, I'm saying it's from her.
I told you she's a smart girl.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with her.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of people didn't like. What do you mean you don't
That's
like
only
her? She's
crazies.
young. She's smart. She's educated. She's college educated, going for her doctorate.
And you
she
don't
was
get it.
Hasidic once.
You know what I
Whatever she
loved?
was, it doesn't make a difference if
No,
she
I'm
was
saying,
or she
isn't
is.
that amazing?
Doesn't, but look at the person who she is. She's actually knows what, and she offended people. People got offended.
That's
I
because they're
understand
stupid. I'm sorry,
I
but
know.
she is so functional. I feel the calm in her brain. Just the way she thinks, the way she acts. She's just a very normal person. She doesn't have these crazy thoughts, emotions, erratic.
Well, what do you think most people look at the lawyer?
Most people
yesterday?
have like voices
Look
in their
at the-
head screaming
look at-
about
look at
different
the-
things.
Look at the guy yesterday, Robert Tolchin. The guy is dealing with $1 billion in settlements, thousands of
Yeah.
documents. And look how chilled he was. He was understanding. He understood to be a regular person, and then
I
still.
thought he was cool. I'm just
Yeah.
like, a lot of people have like screaming in their head of all different voices. You're not good enough. You're this. She just felt very functional in her way of thinking, and I
But a lot
appreciate
of
that.
people said that she is out of her theories.
Which theory? They're probably all based on fact. So
It
how
doesn't
can they
make a
say that?
difference, But they're
I love it
new-
when people are like, "This is not. No, for sure, this is not fact. No, this is
It's-
fact.
it's
No,
new,
I
Neil.
decided it's not. Hence, it's not."
Neil, they're newfangled techniques for the new society when us older guys feel she's going overboard. You know, of course she can do whatever she wants, but she's doing it not in
She's
the
dealing with the client that's now. in
and she
play.
should fix them and say no, you're wrong. But instead, she's appeasing them
There's
by
no fix. You see, this is what you don't get.
It's
And
growing.
you say it all the time with a lot of different things. We should whatever. We should whatever. And it's all turning back the clock by you. All your shoulds end up that you want to go back 20, 40 years in history to change it the way it was
where it was
then.
a better time.
Yeah.
Use the good
It's
and the
not
bad from the
happening.
past.
Was it a
It's
better
not
time?
happening.
Then
They
people
were-
starved to
Why
death.
was
There
it
wasn't
better?
cell
That
phones.
wasn't so good, but there were good times in like
Why was it better?
it was better because
Today,
it was a
today
freer
every
society.
low-income house that gets food stamps and the free phone, I guarantee you 98% of them have cable TV.
Okay,
So
everybody has cable TV. You
What do you
have to
mean?
have cable, or you want to
you
have,
have to
or you want to
have
have phone. Yeah, if you don't have cable,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to have a TV, but cable's the only way to go with either cable or you can't have a regular phone line in the wall anymore.
I'm not talking about phones.
So
I'm talking
everybody
about
has
watching
cable.
TV.
Right?
You're
There's
telling
no
me it
antenna.
became a necessity.
It's a
now.
necessity. Yeah.
Right.
What,
See,
TV?
When you talk like that, I understand that.
So because of that, I have to. I never wanted cable. I had to adjust to cable. So yeah, now that I have cable, of course I'm going to buy some extra channels. That's not the point. But the point is, the olden days, till I was forced to get cable, I had regular antenna on the roof. I was very happy. 13 channels, and then you got some extra more. You know, come on. What are you laughing at?
Because 13 channels, there was no Channel 10. There was
But
no.
today there
and
would have been a channel.
13 Charlie Rose, you're not interested in.
Right, but
So
today there is a
what
channel
you
10.
have?
Today
The
there is a
Honeymooners
channel.
on Channel
Today there is a
11.
channel 3.
How many honeymooners could you watch of that fat
Okay.
bastard over there,
I
you know?
hate the honeymooners. I hated that.
I can't watch that
That was the
show.
only one that was on late at night. You know, that was any good.
You know what I used to watch? It was like I had my parents didn't let me have a TV. We didn't have one. We found
But you watched anyways.
no. We found I don't know where.
Do you have cable?
No, please, we don't have a TV.
How do you play on your internet? Do you Apple?
Internet, but wait, back then
So you have internet, which means you have cable.
we have internet. I don't know about cable.
Internet is cable.
I don't know these things. I just have internet. I don't pay for
Neil,
it.
now you see, Neil. Now you understand. She believes that internet is an automatic thing that everybody's
No, you have to
entitled
pay for internet for Wi-Fi. I just didn't know it was called cable. I thought that was specifically for TVs. But either way, I had this tiny little TV that I think we found in one of my father's rooms. A different time we bought a DVD player.
Ooh,
We
so you
snuck
had
it
a
in.
TV
No, we had a
in the
tiny little
closet.
TV me and my brother shared until I didn't let him have it anymore. Either way, I used to watch Stargate Atlantis. And Girlfriends. I didn't know. That's what was on TV. I only had like 2 channels. I was like, okay. So I watched on this little TV, Girlfriends and Stargate. Atlantis? Stargate? Something. So that's the shows I know. Honeymooners wasn't on in those times. So yeah.
She's not.
She
She's
doesn't
going back,
see,
what,
right.
4 years?
Right, 4 years. She didn't know the good television show. Did you ever hear of Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, I don't know why people love that so much. I tried watching it. It was kind of boring.
I don't know. I like that show for some reason.
Okay.
And
No, I don't like it because they
I
never
like
get off the
Rockford
island.
Files.
I didn't like the Rock. I watched
And
it.
how about that other guy who was the fat detective?
Telly Savalas, Kojak.
No, some fat.
Ooh, you know what I
guy
love,
with
by
a
the way?
Cannon.
Cannon.
Man.
I remember.
I always wondered, how could he be a detective?
Right.
He can't get out of
There
his
was
car.
some fun.
He
There was
couldn't
some
get in
good
his
show.
car.
And you know what? Hogan's Heroes, one of my favorite shows.
I know. I never understood the show. But
By the way, you know what I
Right.
love?
It was just funny. You know, they always made jokes.
No,
yeah.
and I love that.
Shoots.
There's this new movie coming out. I forgot what it's called, but basically, you know, the girl that's super heavy. She's like, but
It's
she's
called Spy. My kids don't want to go to it.
why?
She makes believe she's because it's not so clean.
Okay, what my point was is that I'm very proud of Hollywood that they're finally becoming like women were never the main characters if they were heavy ever. Men, yes,
What are you
not
talking about?
women.
There was always fat women throughout
Main
all
characters?
movies, main characters.
Who? Tell me one.
You have many.
She became like a thing.
He thinks Marilyn Monroe was fat.
No, no, no,
What I'm saying is she became a thing, and because of her,
not Bodega, but Rosie O'Donnell. But I'm talking
Oh,
back.
Rosie!
And you know the guy
Oh,
with the
wait,
top hat.
no, you're
You know
right.
the guy with the top
Queen
hat. There was-
Latifah, that was fine, but they didn't have white ones.
They did
Yeah.
that in the 30s and 40s.
The
That
one who
lady
did the
with,
Bounty commercial?
no, the lady with an umbrella. She was in the 30s and 40s, a big white lady, and she was like very famous in the movies.
That is great. So
Okay.
famous.
I'm
we
just
can't
saying that I
get
really
her
like
name.
that. Now
Yeah.
there's another
30s and
one. There's
40s.
gonna be there's a few more. I think Hollywood's trying to change their image a little bit. So there's a second one that's like heavy, but she's really funny, so it's fine. I'm glad that they're not making that the main characters always have to be tiny.
Well, now anyway, they have designer clothing line for heavy women and stuff, for plus size. What do they call
I'm
it?
just wondering when is it gonna be like oh you shouldn't have to be skinny anymore, and then I'm gonna have to gain tons of
What's-
weight,
what's
and
a-
it'll be impossible.
Esty, are you still on a diet?
Yeah, sort of.
Really?
Okay, is it a diet if you don't eat most of the time, and then sometimes when you eat, it's a donut?
It's the summertime. How are you going to wear the bikini at the beach?
So I feel like I'm still skinny from the weight I lost. So I guess I just don't want to gain it back.
Have you gone to the beach yet?
No, not
It's
yet.
summer.
Okay, just during summer. Yesterday it was cold.
Are you allowed to go to the beach?
Well, according to who?
According to your
Moral standards? Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
You
sure.
go to the beach
No problem.
in a bathing suit.
Yep.
No problem.
How
no
do you
problem.
go to the beach?
By the way, it's not no problem.
I go in a bathing suit. I don't go to the beach anymore. It's shame.
by the
you
way-
don't go to the beach anymore?
No.
By the way, it's a problem.
I go. I went. Matter of fact, I
You're
went
not the
now.
guy who walks with the metal
I did go
detector
in
looking for
Florida. I
your
did go.
riches?
I did go. I
Mhm.
wore my bathing suit, shorts, and I wore a t-shirt.
By the way, it took me
Alright,
years to
so-
be okay to
That's
be
fine.
on the beach in a bikini. It took me a while, but every time I'm there, I'm like, it's okay.
Why,
There's someone
why,
fat
why
in
did it take you so long?
Because first off, we never wore bikinis. It was always one piece. Like bikinis were like, whoa, so not Jewish.
But that was because you're religious, or
Right.
because of your embarrassment of who you were.
no,
You were
no,
shy.
that was religion. Like bikini was not
You're
considered
not
okay.
shy.
No, I was shy also. But what I mean, they taught me you always have to be covered. How am I supposed to not be shy? But either way, so whenever I'm on the beach, it's like there's always someone fatter there in a bikini, which I didn't know that was a thing. So no matter how fat I am, it's cool because there's people fatter there. Is that a horrible? By the way, I think girls do this when they're in a room. They check to see like if there's someone fatter or
You see how
uglier.
you see
Women
how,
are catty
you
sometimes.
see how women hate other women.
It's not hate
We're
other
all
women.
jealous.
We feel
Us
competition and
guys, we're not-
pressure.
You're not true because you're curvy. You're crazy.
There's a lot of pressure. Try being a woman and then tell me.
There is so much lack of self-esteem
Ah,
out there.
That was what I was
That
thinking.
is unbelievable. In other words, you have these women who they have money, they have husbands, they have children, they have everything life can ever ask for.
Right.
But that's it. But if their friends, their 5 friends that they hang out with,
Or skinnier.
are
And,
skinnier than them,
yeah.
that's it. They're just state free. They're not comfortable.
By the way, the friends who
some
hang out.
some are. In other words, hey, this is me. Take it or leave it. You know, like
You're beautiful. You're beautiful who you are. I don't know what the
kid,
problem.
you know.
But not Esty. Esty talks behind the other one's back.
What? Never. I'm still not that. By the way, when people are like, "Oh, that girl has a big nose," I'm like, "What? Why are you even noticing this?" Like, I don't get that. For me, people are people. I don't dissect them.
I overlisten sometimes the conversation between you and Sipping. You're gobbling about somebody else.
I'll never be like, "Oh, they're fat," or "Oh, whatever."
No,
I'll just
but
be
you
like, "Oh,
gobble-
they annoyed me today by asking me to get them a drink of soda." It won't be like, "Oh, like I'm not catty like that."
You talked about somebody a little behind their back. I was there with you.
By the way, if I talk behind their back, I say it to them in front of their face also, just in case, so they know.
Just so you know.
Okay, I don't believe it for 1 second.
Just so you know. This is a straight
You
shooter.
never talk behind my back to them?
To Neil,
Right?
Me?
I'll be like, "Yeah, he's crazy." everything I've told you in person.
You see?
But I would tell you this in person.
But
There's
you-
nothing
but-
behind your back that you'll be like, "What? She said that about me?" It'll be like, "Yeah, she told me last week."
But you know I don't care anyways what you say.
Exactly.
So.
I don't even remember
what
ever
you said.
saying-
You see? Giving hope to those who want the nation's most populous state. I was going to read a trivia question that we had. To allow terminally ill patients to end their lives in the doctor's care. And the state Senate passed this. Now, my question is, do you give somebody the right? Because now Oregon is a legal state that the doctors prescribe suicide medicine, suicide for people to die. Oregon
Wait,
allows
but do
that.
they have to go to a therapist for a mental evaluation?
No, it doesn't say that. It says you just have to go to a doctor.
I would think.
I don't know. I can't be the doctor who does that, but I do think people should be given the right, because if your life is misery, if you're in torture, like I'm forcing you to be tortured.
Why are you forcing someone to stay alive?
It's against your religionist.
Stop it with this
But it's
religion.
not about religion.
It's not a
She said
religious
she's trying to-
show.
So yeah, you know what? In
Not
the
a
next,
religious show. I don't care about your religion. I care about your personal.
So why do you keep saying that? And if in Oregon they allow people to make the choice,
I'm sorry.
So,
Yes, you
why
might.
do-
No,
why do
let's
you
say
have the
religion.
right to make a choice that I have to live when I don't want to live? Well, who the fuck
No.
are you that I have to listen to you?
No, so my question is like, if
You said, "Who the father am I?" Right?
I said whatever I said.
Right.
You heard me.
right? So it's just
Because
if
I don't
maybe
want.
hell, let's say exists, whatever. Let's say hell exists, right? You could suffer down here, torturous, or you can go up there and suffer. It's like I don't really know what I'm gonna
You have
choose,
to
but
watch
right now,
you have to watch your fellow man.
no. But do you know what it's like to be so horribly miserable that your existence hurts? You just want to
Maybe
not
a cure
exist.
comes out for you any day.
What?
Maybe a cure comes for you.
But to live
You
through it is
guys
so
are
difficult.
Really bad. I'm telling both of you, really,
Sorry.
you're really.
Why are you
bad.
sorry, Esther? Why?
Why? Because you're not thinking. You're really not putting yourself in the situation of a person that's begging his wife, or the wife begging the husband, please, we've been together 71 years. It's enough. I gotta get out. You gotta get me out. I'm
Are
in
you
pain.
crazy?
I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I have this wrong with me, that wrong with me. The doctor says I only have 6 months anyway. Da 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 da. Take it now.
But by the way, the
Take
cure
me
thing,
now.
that there might be a cure, that's a scary thought for me. Imagine you killed someone, then there was a cure.
Okay.
But the truth is, if let's say there's a cure, let's say that he's going to die in 6 months, and after 5 months there's a cure, but he has to suffer for 5 months, I don't know if I could wish it on anyone, because the feeling that your whole body, you don't want to exist.
You heard how Neil opened the show? No pain, no gain.
But there you don't gain with the pain.
Right. But that's someone's choice.
No, when you get sick, you have to get sicker to get better.
I don't think it's a thing.
Sweat.
No, you see, that's my point. Who are you to decide how much pain I have to endure?
People have different
for
tolerance.
my gain. Well, who are you to decide?
It's a natural course. It's set up before.
Who set it up?
God.
Bring religion into this.
Forget about it. You're so out of town, you're not here at all.
What do you mean?
But what is God? Where are you mixing God in?
There is no God?
God has nothing to do with
I was
this.
going to speak to her. I wanted to get a reform. I wanted to get a reform rabbi. That was one of my surprises.
Rabbi Sally?
No, but she's not here anymore. Not Sally. Her name is Jill, Rabbi Jill. She moved from Borough Park, I think, to Manhattan.
I know the synagogue she's in.
Okay, in Manhattan.
No, the one in
Brooklyn. She moved away from the one on 46th Street. And their whole theory of God is different than your theory.
Yeah, what is their theory of God?
Just chill with it.
They believe of the God, but they don't believe that he controls really the world.
Right. They believe that God did like Microsoft. He set up the program, and that's it. And now everybody can tweak it how they like it for themselves. That's what they believe. The same thing. God made a program. That's it. It's in play. Everybody can tweak it, this, that, but the end result will come around to his way if you believe in him and this and that. That's all.
Wow. Okay.
Why? What's wrong with that?
It doesn't work.
Because it doesn't work that way. Why? Because they brainwashed you. You don't understand how brainwashed people are, especially in the Orthodox community.
In any Orthodox community.
In any Orthodox community, correct. But we're in a super ultra Orthodox community.
Now you're sounding like Norman.
No,
All the religious Jews are sick.
Listen.
They're dirty. They're stupid. They don't understand. They're closed-minded.
Norman knows that the Orthodox Jews made a handful of terrible mistakes that have ramifications for centuries to come. That's what he knows. No, he understands clearly what he's talking about. He may not be right on all of his thinking, but on a lot of it, when you make rules that are just plain stupid, that's it. You're out of business, baby. You're just no good. You're just no good. If your rabbi tells you now you cannot you can't do something that you do every day. I don't know what it is. Drink coffee no more.
Not coffee.
Coffee's not kosher.
No, not coffee. See, that's a stupid thing.
If they made coffee non-kosher, people would riot in the streets. No one can live without that.
But there's a kosher Shabbos switch now. You ever heard of that?
I heard of that.
They said it was good. Now they changed their mind. They're saying it's no good.
Right.
Can I ask you, can I change the topic?
It's good. It's 100% good. Oh. What right do they saying it's no good? Theoretically, according to their rules, it's good. We're saying no. Listen to me. I know you figured out a way around the system, but too bad. We don't care about your shortcut. It doesn't work.
Because it's not like interest money where we figured a way around it and we all love it because it helps everybody make more money. Right. Because we're in things for the money. We're not into things for convenience. But for things to do with money, we'll find good reason, and we'll find a lot of people to back us up and say, yeah, you can do this. The Hasidic guy who gives a hechsher on something, and he puts his stamp on a box of Kellogg's or Post or
But he knows it's kosher.
Why? Because OU gives a hashgacha on it, so he knows it's kosher, and he's happy. And he's getting more money for it.
He's getting paid for doing his job.
For what? The sticker? Putting the sticker on nicely?
Making sure they follow the rules.
The OU's getting paid for that.
Right.
Well, can I bring up a topic?
Okay, you're nuts, boy.
I
You're
know I'm
nuts.
not.
So yeah,
You're nuts.
I just want to say this is
It's not the way it works. I'm sorry to tell you.
I know she wants to tell us whose show
Go
this
ahead.
is.
no. So yeah,
Good.
this is the
Thank
Just
God.
Enough Heshy show. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, hashtag Just Enough Heshy. If you want to call in, you can reach us at 718-303-9090. I wanted to just ask like a weird story moral thing. Okay, let's say
Before you go, can I talk about my friend's store?
sure.
His store is called the what is it called again? It's called the One Stop Kosher. It's located on Amsterdam 2557 Amsterdam Avenue, and it's 212-568-7868 or 212 Lot Stop. I think that's what he told me. I'm not sure.
And he's got fresh chicken.
Fresh chickens, right?
And
Oh,
you
God.
think we were middle of a war or
Right,
something.
I know.
He's got fresh chicken.
At the right price. Esty, we have a few minutes, so you got to take a phone call and tell us your story. Go
All
ahead.
right, so I just want to ask you. Okay, so let's say you're watching a train that can't be stopped, right? It's going, and there's a bus of kids. You've heard this?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a bus of kids that's on the train track, right? And there's no way to move. Right, stuck on the train track. So there's a handle there that you can move to make the train switch tracks so it can avoid the bus. But there's a deaf worker that's working there, and he's like hammering, and he cannot hear the train coming, so he would not see. Would you pull the lever to save the bus of kids, but this guy who can't hear would die? Do you pull the lever, or do you just let it go to fate? It's basically you're killing one guy or a bus of children, but you're not killing it, because if you do nothing, you're not responsible. If you, what would you
That's
choose?
A stupid question. I would do if I believe that both sides could live. I would take
Yeah, but that's not
chance.
possible. Do you pull the lever to
You
save the
just told-
children?
I would pull the lever.
It's such a difficult
I would
question.
pull
And
the
how do you know there's only one worker there?
Right.
What if
No,
there's
you
6
see, it's all there.
workers?
You see it. It's one guy, bus
Yeah,
or a
but-
guy.
Okay, the story I heard was done in
Uh,
like
wait,
a
so-
bunch of
wait, so this is the
workers and a
part
bunch
one.
of this.
The part two is basically the exact same thing, but instead of a worker there's like a really, really heavy guy that if you threw in front of the train, it would stop it in time. Would
No,
you
there's
throw
no
him
such
in?
thing. It's
I'm just
stupid.
saying, like, it's a moral
See, now
dilemma.
she talks crazy. Go to Israel
Just-
with your
I didn't make
boyfriend.
this up.
Go camping with the boys and girls naked in the desert.
That's totally what we're doing.
You
His
go to
vision.
Eilat?
I have no idea where
They're
I'm going.
going to a lot. They're going to party all night.
I
They're
love
going to
it.
sleep. Hey, look at her. Look so happy.
I
She's going
love
to
it.
Israel to go curving.
Yes, it's
I
one place. I can wear whatever I want.
landed in
The world is my
airport
oyster.
And took a plane straight to Eilat.
Okay,
You're
let me
just
pick up a
terrible.
phone
I
call.
go first to the holy wall.
Of course,
The
you and your
Holy Wall
holiness.
is there.
So yeah.
Right. I
So
don't
let me
care
just
what
pick up a
time of
phone
day
call.
or night it is. I go.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello, Yossi? Hi.
Yeah, hi, how are you? This is the second time call. I had a point to say with Neil, where you're talking about giving people a right to end their life. I have 2 points. The first one is, obviously, if you're saying what gives us the right to, prevent someone from ending their life, would you say there's a cutoff point, like a legal age? Or if a 10-year-old wants to end his life, he claims to his parents, I'm suffering, I want to die, I want to die.
Sure,
Wow,
it's just
wow,
like,
wow,
no,
wow,
sure,
wow.
it's just like smoking and liquor and all the others, 21 plus, whatever.
21 plus gives the guy the brains to end his life or not end his life.
Wait,
Correct.
but is this if they're ill or just in general? That's the question.
No, obviously
general.
they're ill.
Oh.
What
No,
happens?
obviously they're
Neil,
ill.
Why
what
is it
happens-
ill?
Neil, what happens if the kid is in a coma and the parents want to pull the plug after 3 years and he's only 10 years old?
Oh, come
That's a
on.
very tough question.
Okay,
to
that's
answer.
what he's trying to tell you.
That's
that,
That's
you know,
right. Once you start allowing people to end life and play God, whether you believe in God or not, when a doctor has the power, it's very slippery slope which you're going down, because a doctor could kill someone and
Correct. In 1 minute, correct. But just remember, and just bless the Lord that you don't have anyone in your family like that. But there are people out there who are going through major, major troubles in their lives, whether it be physical, mental, or whatever it is, and there is no hope for them. They will not be coming back to normal anytime, and they're really in tremendous pain, and they beg, and they
how about
beg,
mental? What
and
is
they
mental?
beg.
Mental pain is also
But
counting?
the question
course
is,
mental pain
So if
counts.
I'm mentally ill, I should be killing myself.
If you can't, if they don't
No.
have a medicine to help you, there's no. I don't have a right to make you suffer longer than you have
but the
to.
question is, who's going to make the call if the person could be cured or the person cannot be cured? Because there's many mental illnesses which there are therapy and treatment, which for one person it's doing terrific, for another person it's taking
Correct.
longer.
You
Correct.
heard the lady last night with the stroke. She was able to fight back and become back almost normal when a lot of people like her give up. That's the beauty of it. She didn't give up, and look, she's almost back to perfect.
Okay, but that's why she's a story, because she did make it through. But she's one out of every 20. She is,
and we should make it one out of every 5.
Unfortunately, Neil, in this society, you're gonna have thousands of people running for suicide. Every time there's a little affliction on them.
We don't deal with our problems.
1 minute, and what's the issue with that?
Somebody will talk them into it.
I'm not thinking about talking them into it. Let's talk about from a child's perspective. The child is going through, between me and you, a torture in high school, and being bullied, and on and on. A parent understands it's a phase, and then you get them out of the school, and they'll move on with their life. So now that's a parent being smarter than a 10-year-old. But between me and you, even me or you, we think we're all there, we know everything, but in 20 years we'll know 10 times more, and we would wish someone would tell you, don't do this now, right? So let the person go through life, experience everything. At the end, he might have regrets, he might not. But, to tell a person you're 40, you're going through a hard time, you got fired from your job, take a pill and end it all.
Okay, I don't know. Listen, I'm not stubborn in my belief that everyone should have the right, but right. I do believe that people that are really, you go into the hospital.
I work in the hospital. Right.
Okay, there are certain people that that they're not coming back. They're not. Forget about it. They're done.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's just a matter of admitting to yourself that they're done. Okay.
Right.
So those kind of people, if they want to, if they signed a proxy or whatever it is, and this and that, so let them go. Let them go. What are you making, torturing the whole family and everybody and everything? There's nothing to be gained from it in reality. There's nothing to be gained.
That's true. True. I hear where you're coming from. In philosophy, it's a very nice theory, but I feel it's a very dangerous.
Yeah, and I can understand where the danger comes in.
Yossi, thank you for that call, Yossi.
Thanks for the call. Get us thinking a little. Thank you.
So you guys listening to the Just Enough Heshy show. You can call in.
One more call.
Yeah, let me just pick up the phone call. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Hey, this is your buddy Mike from the coffee company.
Hey, Mikey, what's doing?
How are you?
You got a minute? I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were on the call, Dumbbell.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I waited till the religion was finished.
Oh, thank you, smart. Go ahead.
I'm not starting up with Neil. But can I end with a cute joke?
Please. We got a minute.
My mom sent it. Obama wasn't feeling well. Being concerned about his mortality, he went to consult a psychic about the date of his death. Closing her eyes and a silent reaching into the realm of the future, she eventually found the answer. You will die on a Jewish holiday. Which one? Obama asked nervously. It doesn't matter, replied the psychic. Whenever you die, it will be a Jewish holiday.
Wow. That is terrible.
Whoa. On the radio. Wow. Wow, you got 15,000 people here.
Wait.
Hold on, stand by. I want you to hear mine because we have 30 seconds left.
You think Jews hate Obama that much?
I
think a lot of people hate him.
Don't look into it. It was a joke.
Okay,
well, look at joke.
Listen to me, guys. We're saying good night. Thank you for listening to our show tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time listening to us. And my final closing quote is success, true success. It is the final test of a gentleman, and his respect for those who can be of no possible service to him. Good night. Speak to you next week again.
I think we have a few.
Oh, we still have another minute? Yeah. I lost my quote.
Say it again because I didn't hear it.
Mike, I lost my quote. True success is for somebody to have respect for those people that don't need any service to him. That he is just being a gentleman and he has respect for them.
You said that 5 minutes ago.
Right. But I said it.
You don't need Heshy for everything, okay? Okay, Esty, you got your own brain and you used it well.
People were getting.
Hold on. So let me quickly just say another quote. Okay, so when you are dead, you don't know that you are dead. It is difficult only for the others. It is the same when you are stupid.
Wow.
Come on, that was a good one.
You know what? I guess that since we're doing all these.
Mike, how's everything?
Yeah, Mike, but we're coming to the end of the show.
Wait, I have one more. Okay.
One more, you got 10 seconds.
Okay. They have a program.
Hold on. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like.
Right.
Okay, everybody. Now, finally, good night. Thank you for
Good
listening
night.
to the show. We love you. Be
See you
back
next week. Yeah.
Ah.
Bye.
The preceding program is a paid advertisement.